What's your favorite podcast? Or
that One Nation.
This is Jordan Grace, and you're listening to the Social Suplex Podcast Network.
BWB, this is One Nation Radio. You better get it right. Rich Latta, James Boyd came to give them life. The Blackest Wrestling Podcast has come to kick all ass and drop it 6 feet if they kicking trash. Word, let me welcome y'all to something different. And if you dig it, man, you should let some friends listen. We be getting it in, that's on the regular dude. Ravish and flow, but this shit rude. See, James don't rap, so I had to break it down. The whole network, man, we coming for the crown. Raps in the columns, I keep them both covered. Making the beats too, so the listeners can bump it. Hit us with the rating, yeah, I'm saying it's a 5. Before you hit and talk, bob your head side to side. It's One Nation Radio, and this is the beginning. It's Rich, and I'm here with James. It's time to listen to One Nation.
We got to unleash the power of the pyramid.
This is Mike Sempervive from WrestlingObserver.com. Check me out on Wrestling Observer Live every day. And also check out your boys, Rich and James, on One Nation Radio.
This is Kenny Omega. We're listening to One Nation Radio. Check it out, guys. These guys know what's up. Big Kenny Omega fans, and that's all that counts to me. Goodbye and good night. Bang.
Hey, folks. Welcome to this week's edition of One Nation Radio. I'm James Boyd. Hear me out, Rich Latta. What's going on, man?
not much, man. Just was playing some WWE 2K on the pre-stream, and I played this gauntlet match, and then got into a Inferno match with Liv Morgan. Didn't get a chance to finish it, but I didn't know how to end it because I don't know how to actually set someone on fire yet. So still trying to figure all that out. But besides that, it was WrestleMania week last week. James, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well because I didn't watch it live. So, for those that did, I am very sorry. It's one thing to be involved in the group misery while all this happening. It's another thing where you hear that it's miserable, and then you later hear that the second night is better. So you're like, okay. And then when it's time for you to watch it, night one is more miserable and worse, even while skipping through the dead time, than you even imagine, which then leads you to say, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not even watching night two, even though I know it's better. I didn't watch night two. Night one was so fucking bad. So let's start there.
Yeah, man. WrestleMania 42 review. Just
initial thoughts. Oh, well, you already did ROPW. For those that haven't seen your thoughts there, give your little quick, you know.
Yeah, man. So after night one, I quickly went on the record saying this was the worst WrestleMania of all time. Quickly. And I was like, WrestleMania 9, we're good. And I got so much traffic that night, like on Twitter. And a lot of people agreeing, people trying to disagree, but not really having any examples. Ain't no Steiners and head shrinkers on this night one. I'll tell you that for sure. And I just ripped into them for their lack of making it feel like a WrestleMania, the terrible environment, like as far as like the matches they picked, how much time they gave them, the just overall execution of the show, the main event, just all-time atrocious. And that first night was just a just complete payoff of everything seemingly the WWE fans had been really complaining about. And, I think me and you normally think the WWE is bad under normal circumstances anyway, but this right here was like a new level of futility. And you just looked at how they came into the show. Triple H hid all weekend. Just amazing he wasn't putting himself all over these shows. The entire ESPN experience, and then switching it over on the other side. I told you, James, like you were right about this entire thing with how that really did feel like a pre-show. And then when you get to the paid portion, essentially, that's your Paul Levesque 5-match special and 4-match special in another case, and then remove 1 match for Danhausen. And it was like, I was stunned that they decided to just roll that level of trash out there and call it WrestleMania. And I was like, they are finished if they're operating like this.
They'll never be finished because there'll all be people that'll it's the pastime, right? It's like you throw in the baseball game, or back in the day you say you throw in just whatever sports happened on your local radio station when you had no TV, 60 years ago or 70 years ago, and that's what you do while you move around the house, in the living room. But yeah, man, this shit fucking sucked. Like, the best matches. I think there are 3 matches that weren't complete, just nothing, right? This is not about the quality of each match, but match where it's like, okay, these are presented as if these are the serious matches, not some, throw people on the card to get everybody on there, or celebrity match or whatever else. But like, Jacob 2 versus Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins versus Gunther, Cody versus Randy Orton. Those 3 matches are serious matches. Bruh, 203 matches are on WrestleMania. Are matches with angles in them to set up future shit down the line. Like, it's not the season finale. This is like the start of something else. Like, I don't know if the next pay-per-view is Backlash, but normally the pay-per-view after that we call Backlash, because obviously it's Backlash to whatever happened at the biggest show of the year, WrestleMania. What happened with Cody and Randy Orton at the end, that was some Backlash ass shit. Braun Breaker showing up and costing Seth Rollins that match at the end was some Backlash ass shit. Like, man, like, I think the best match was McIntyre, not McIntyre, but Gunther and Seth. And then it ends in that way, and it's like, okay, so you actually had one match that was actually a great match, and then you say, oh.
Absolutely not. Can't be having that shit.
Can't be having that. Let's get this. I got a gallon for those that are. Go ahead, run that again.
Shit.
I said, can't be having that shit.
This gallon of water I have in my hand right now. Nah, let's open it up and just pour it on the whole thing. And I'm like, all right, man, we ain't even respecting, WWE called variety show and all that kind of stuff. You can't even get we can't even get the variety of, oh yeah, let's have a good fucking match that anyone would enjoy. Oh man,
yeah,
let's run through this.
It's shambolic, bro. Like, and they should really be raked over the coals and embarrassed that they have all the resources in the world. Having a bad WrestleMania now is so much worse than having a bad WrestleMania in the 90s, because like, and I think I had to kind of explain this to people. Like, it shouldn't even be close. All the resources you have, all the talent you have, all the advantages logistically, the environment. Every fucking thing.
Exactly, and I'll make what you just said even more simple, right? There are different levels of deadbeat dads. There are deadbeat dads that don't even know that's their kids, so therefore they're not in their kid's life. So that's just ineptitude and ignorance, right? Like, the prior bad WrestleManias was because they didn't know no better. They just thought that's what wrestling was and that's how it's supposed to go and whatever else. We got a motherfucker that was running Prime NXT, that ran some of the greatest wrestling shows in the history of this fake sport, is running it, and they putting out bullshit. It's way worse. It is flat out disrespect of anybody's intelligence and dignity.
In time, bro. And the thing was, it was so much advertising.
The wrestlers don't want to do this bullshit.
It was so much advertising on this fucking show, like, and then I kept like looking at it like, there's only 3 matches left, and it's like, yo, it's like 8:30, like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, and all they're gonna do is waste time and waste time and waste time and just completely just murder their audience on night one. So,
can you put up the very last thing that's thrown into the chat?
Let's see. So, Mr. Boo, does having the quantity of people that they have make the booking tougher from an HR perspective?
Can you want to go, or do I want to go, or can I go?
You go ahead.
No, it's just incompetence. Because if it's HR or whatever else, that means they recognize it's a job, and it's easy to just squash all of it. Your job is you're a paid athletic actor and stunt double / whatever the fuck, and you go out there and you do your job.
Right.
You doing jobs whether you win or lose in WWE. right? like does Gunther look great after that?
No, I was gonna say, like, bro, like, who is the winner of? Well, we can look at the winners and losers. Who came out of night one looking like a winner?
Fact, Jacob Fatu might be the only one.
Maybe, yeah, maybe
the only one.
Maybe he got something that he could put on a highlight reel, like with that finish.
But I mean, like he came in. He was the guy you're supposed to cheer for in the match. It was a good match. And then he won, and there was no shenanigans in the match, and then he won and overcame the former multiple-time champion and won. Was he the best wrestler in the match? Fuck no. I think there'll be a later point in the show when we do an AEW review where I'm going to say some shit along the lines of, hey, bro, if Jacob Fatu wrestled like Mark Davis, that nigga would be out of here to the fucking moon, but we'll get to that at a later point. But yeah, man, that's the only one I can think of. Becky Lynch, heel, won via cheating. Randy Orton came in as a heel, had a bad back, got sympathy. The babyface that's getting booed on worked the back. And then all of a sudden, we supposed to forget that McAfee comes back out as a fake ref. We supposed to get that this nigga McAfee's with... I'm going to save it. But, bro, it was bad. And then at the end, Orton loses, and then Orton stands tall. And then they cut off air like it was the end of a fucking Monday Night Raw. We're supposed to wait for the result next week. Fuck you. It's the main event of it's the main event of WrestleMania in all these air quotation marks. Nothing says this ain't no real fucking main event. More than Cameron even calling them Saturday WrestleMania niggas the other week. This is worse. It ended with a at the bottom executive producer Levesque and Lee. Shit. No fireworks going off. It just cuts to a picture of Randy Orton holding a belt he doesn't possess.
Incredible.
Like a dumbass.
An incredible visual. All right. 6-man tag. We started with LA Knight and the Usos against IShow Speed and the Vision. A complete nothing match. Solely designed to get IShow Speed to turn on them after the match to do something where he could jump through a table.
But he didn't turn on them. They turned on him. They bullied.
Yeah. Because they was bullying him the whole time. He was a reluctant heel the whole time.
Yes, they bullied this man. They were unreasonable the whole time. They end up losing ultimately because he had a crisis of conscience, right? Theory eats the pin because of it. Logan Paul's upset with him. He starts bullying this man. He starts to do his spot. The babyface is sitting out there like, yeah, you know what, let's, after we just fought all three of them, let's help one of them out. Why? Who the fuck knows? And then, this shit ISO Speed out there to do Logan Paul's / Shane McMahon's table, or jump off the top rope to the table on the floor, announce table on the floor spot, does it or whatever else. And man, and then they get in there and they start, running the back and yeeting, and I'm just like, man... This is IShow Speed terminal? Is he sick? Does he have some type of cancer? Because that looked like some Make-A-Wish ass shit there. They gave that nigga his dream.
Nah, the dude that ended up coming out there for that match on night 2 with Jaden Rhea Ripley, this dude literally just paid to be out there and didn't say a word. Just insane. But yeah, this is a total nothing match. They put this on ESPN, James. I want you to guess the cage match rating for this one.
I mean, like a 5 or 4?
3.68. The show itself has a 2.82.
It's a below average match, so it is a 1-star match, so that does get you into 3 territory. 3, yeah. That gets you sub 4 on cage match, yeah.
We got the Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre next. I thought this was just kind of run of the mill, but next to the utter garbage that surrounded it, it made it seem like way better. It was a serious match from 2 wrestlers that are presenting themselves as if they're not jokes. Yeah.
On the rest of the show, to where it's like all this other nonsense. This is the only match on it's 7 matches, right?
Yeah.
7 matches is the only one that has that's completely clean, and it's a fucking unsanctioned match. And the way they
so it really don't count.
And the way they announced this unsanctioned match, you only win by pinfall submission. I'm granted, there's always been unsanctioned matches, but it's like in recent times, this is Lights Out that's held at the number 2 spot on the card, which is funny because Lights Out is, we put it at the end of the show because it's unsanctioned, because we can't be having motherfuckers watching this show, so we gonna have our main event, and then if y'all want to stay for this bullshit, fine. They don't even have, it's unsanctioned. Why?
There's
because
no plausible deniability, none of that. Just like standard street fight.
Why is it unsanctioned? Because I don't know. You got to tell me. My best guess, because Jacob Fatu was in prison before. Because the only thing I know about Jacob Fatu is he comes down to the ring in this show. I mean, on this show anyway, he comes down to the ring, and they put up jail bars in his fucking Titantron. Shit. All right, man. All right, y'all got it.
Did you see on the Go Home show they had this man like do a Go Home promo for this match where they drove him out there in a cop car, and then he got out the cop car in the back seat and he stood on top of the cop car and cut the promo with like fake police surrounding him. I'm like,
shit. What is that supposed to mean?
I don't know.
What story is that telling? He was a god. He's an ex-con.
He was against the law.
He was in. Now he's out. So now he's hanging around. Now he's getting shuffled around by police. What? That's not how that works.
Up next.
No. I got one other thing to say. They pulled out that red toolbox. That's supposed to be an allusion to the Hell in a Cell match a couple years ago that was awesome between Drew McIntyre and CM Punk, where CM Punk hard-weighed Drew McIntyre and he had to get staples in his head. I believe the number was 1450, something like that. Jacob Fatu pulls out that toolbox, the red toolbox. Drew McIntyre sees it and then collapses to the ground on the floor and says, "No." He got PTSD from a fucking toolbox. I was like, oh, this is the worst thing that ever made Drew look in WWE. It really is. They ain't never made that man look like no bitch like that. Like, it's just a fucking toolbox. It's not even the same toolbox, and I don't even want the same toolbox. It's the point where, like, we can't be having some of the baddest motherfuckers that pushing this promotion being scared of inanimate objects. That's not how that's how it's supposed to work.
It had to be red because Jacob Fatu was a blood. You know. Up next, the WWE Women's Tag Team Fatal 4-Way match. Holy shit. This was terrible. This is Brie Bella and the returning Paige. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. And the irresistible forces of Lash Legend and Nia Jax, who were dressed like Demolition wearing white. I thought they looked dope. But
that was
the highlight of maybe the show.
I mean, that tag team, yes. That is the highlight of the show. Shit. Yeah, man. Paige came out, huge pop. I forgot how good
ungodly pop.
I forgot how good her entrance music was in WWE. I always liked it. I haven't heard it, haven't thought of it in about a decade or whatever else, or close to that.
It's somebody that CFO's music. It just hit a little different than whatever the fuck they doing over there now.
I forgot. But yeah, man, she came out there. They put her. They stapled her ass to that baby face corner, hold that rope, and then. Bro, it was funny. It was the four active wrestlers in each corner had an active wrestler in, and they can only tag in their teammate, which I like. It was funny that they started Nia Jax in there first, and they immediately got her to the floor, and then she was just snoozing, and for a long time, and then it got to a point where they were throwing each other over. All the wrestlers throwing each other over the top rope, and I'm like. They're working this like it's a fucking rumble. The way people are just getting thrown over the top, and then they go to the floor, and I'm like, yo, that's not how it's supposed to work. I see you just loaded up. That's disgusting. I see you loaded up. That's disgusting.
Look, we're going to get there in just a second.
Oh, man. But anyway, yeah, man, they were trying to give Lash Legend monster spots, and then there was a point where they were like, we're going to put, whether it was Bayley or Lyra, but definitely with Charlotte in there and with they were trying to be like, we're gonna put the best workers in together to make this shit work. But it was like, all right, well, it's a damn shame that Lash, is the best wrestler out of that group, seeing that she's only been on the main roster for 5 damn minutes compared to Nia. Nia been around forever, and then been fired and been brought back for multiple times. And been a champion, she's been fired. Meanwhile, they say we finna throw your ass out to the floor, and you finna be there forever. So
Michael Cole struggling to not say Daniel Bryan when Brie Bella's running through his entire moveset.
Bruh, them soft ass kicks, man. I would complain, but I'm going to complain. But then on the other side, it's like, well, at least she didn't knock out somebody when she knocked out Liv that one time. I mean, remember she knocked out Liv, the stationary fucking target? When she was kicking her in the chest, kicked her in the jaw, and then kicked her a second time and dropped her. Remember that?
I do remember that.
But yeah,
that's what it sounded like, too.
Paige got in, and
bro, they had to stare down with her and Charlotte, and I was like, what is the nostalgia here? Like, bro,
it was the TCB stuff when her and Becky and Paige all
TCB,
came up.
Yeah. Oh my god!
But on commentary, Michael Cole did mention that before. Yeah. But I would have picked that up if I remember.
Oh my god! The crazy thing is, Paige is still younger than all of these women that are around. She's younger than the horsewomen. She's younger than the old, quote unquote old ones they brought back. Like, she's younger than all these people, but she's from the other generation, so it's all weird now.
No. And also, I saw that online, and also the people mentioning this is cool. She's not better than any of them.
Yeah.
She's younger than all the horsewomen. Cool. She can't out wrestle neither one of them. They had a hand tied behind their backs. Who gives a shit?
Speaking of the horsewomen, Paige and Brie Bella did get the win, and that's just hilarious. Apparently, the Bellas are going to win this either way. So it's like they want that Divas era back, James. They want it back, bro. I don't know about you, man, but this image right here, I don't know if it filled you with the amount of primal rage that it did me. And I was just looking at it, and I was like, what for y'all throwing up? That ain't y'all. That's not y'all. We didn't call y'all that. Y'all didn't come up at the same time. Y'all wasn't in developmental at the same time. Y'all wasn't on the main roster at the same time. Some of y'all was retiring together. Some of y'all was showing up at different times. Y'all wasn't never linked.
No. They were linked. So, if I remember correctly, AJ Lee's last match before she left for over a decade was her and Paige tagging together versus the Bellas at WrestleMania 31. So
okay.
There is a historical thing for that. The problem is, they're throwing up the four. They after the fact when they're not the ones that people think of when they think of the women four horsewomen. It is, Charlotte, Becky, Mercedes / Sasha, and Bayley. They're not as good as they're not nearly as good as those four, the actual horsewomen that people think of, right? And 3, they're only linked together because they were wrestling each other because it was the Bellas being considered the Kardashians / divas of the past that are supposed to be usurped by the new age wrestlers, and in theory, compared to WWE history, where the horsewomen came in, Paige and AJ Lee were supposed to be the middle child of, we are evolving from the brawn panty models that Lauren Ives was bringing in because he really wanted to fuck them, being trained to wrestle, put on the shows, and then that's it. We don't care about women's wrestling. It was supposed to be, they were the evolution. That was supposed to be, that was the thing. The part where they're now all together and it's supposed to be they're one generation is nonsense.
Nah.
That was actually supposed to be a generation.
Y'all wasn't
struggle. Together. And it was a generation inside of a generation struggle where it didn't make sense. This is all jumbled and it's supposed to be defiance of what actually is WWE history, will actually happen, and what they're trying to.
No, I blame Stan. I blame Stans for this shit. This is the results of Standom that have created this or whatever, because they just put it up and history be damned, and people that weren't there mother and all that. It's Paige. She's back. AJ's back. The Bellas are back.
Cool.
I never had.
Cool, but they don't make no sense.
Fine. That's not what this is. That's not them.
Right.
It's just not. So. Yeah.
It didn't make no sense. And also, think about the storyline as well. So, as you mentioned earlier, the TCB stuff. So, you mean to tell me that Paige was when Paige brought
the PCB?
It's PCB. Okay, yeah, right. Remember what the first name was?
I sure do.
They were originally called the Submission Sorority, and then they had to X that because they realized, oh, that's the name of a porn site. So, anyway, PCB. And also another part about this, right? They had to make a third team with oh my god, with Naomi.
Team Bad.
And what's her name?
Tamina
Snuka. And they had to put Mercedes / Sasha's black ass over there and say, "Oh, we putting you and up. We bringing you up. And we put you in a team with the colors." Shit. That's what they did, right?
Thick hair texture over there.
Oh shit, yeah. Shit. Any C's or B's we put over there. Any type of hair. If you have a coil pattern, you throw you over there. So yeah, man, it's all messed up. It's disingenuous. It's nonsense, and like it's insulting my memory. It just is. It's insulting. Well, I would say you pull up on network don't exist no more, but it's all there. I don't know why they did it. Whatever else. I don't know why they can't just take a picture and be like, hey, remember this? We were all together. We were all basically the biggest stars of this era before the Horsewomen. You ain't even got to mention the Horsewomen. We were all the biggest stars of 2014, 2015 women's wrestling. We got a picture of all of us together. We're all reunited. Cool. The 4 makes no sense. The 4 is a slap in the face. The 4 is like they trying to start some shit.
I know. And I don't like it.
For me, ultimately, I don't care. But it's more of the fucking catty bullshit that's like gonna start to stand them.
Yeah. Women's Intercontinental title match. AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. This goes 8 minutes and 15 seconds. After that, women's 4-way went 8 minutes and 33 seconds. 4.56 on Cage Match. AJ Lee comes out here.
People thought that was an average match.
What, a 4 on it?
Remember, 4 gets converted to 2 stars.
That's trash.
That should be below 4.
Yeah, Becky Lynch and AJ Lee. Another terrible match. Look, man, when AJ Lee came back, I held it off purposely. I was like, look, I'm not gonna discuss her because I don't want people to get it fucked up, to think this is some anti-CM Punk, anti-anything. I'm like, no. She was an awful fucking wrestler back in the day. I didn't like her then. I thought her gimmick was fucking weird. I thought she was portraying herself as a child. She comes and does an entrance with all the children on this show, skipping, all dressed alike, and I had trouble picking her out of the lineup. She then proceeds
there were what I think are all minors. Some of the first minors that came out, they were like I don't know, high schoolers, like young high schoolers. They were taller than her.
She then proceeds to have a fucking match where she's the third most important person in the ring at a WrestleMania.
Yep.
Get her the fuck off of my television. Get her the fuck back to wherever she lives. I don't ever want to see her in a ring again.
I'll give her this. Becky was actually hitting her, and she was taking it. And earlier in the show, there was a spot where Lash Legend had Alexa Bliss on her back, and Alexa Bliss was on her back in like a chokehold and like a sleeper, and Lash Legend neatly and politely threw her off her back and placed her gently on the mat.
Gotta be gentle
to make sure that nothing happened. I was like, man, get this soft shit off my screen. At least AJ Lee will go out here and bump and get hit compared to what Alexa Bliss is doing now. So I know we're picking between some of the people that you hate the most, right? But and I'll give AJ Lee that. At least she's not too soft to take contact. And we've seen Alexa Bliss duck from contact for years.
This was an embarrassment.
It was also embarrassing because the whole story of the match.
Yeah. They decided, they were like, you know what? We ain't even going to try to fool y'all. We know this ain't a regular wrestler. This ain't an everyday person. You know, we gonna make it about the referee and all the beef with Becky and her, and you know, old girl's a wrestler anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they all are. All the refs used to be, or basically all the refs have a background in wrestling. Aubrey Edwards, you know, Jessica Carr. What's her name? Is it Daphne?
Actually,
is Daphne the name of the?
Yep.
Yeah. They all.
She's doing matches masked and evolved, so like they're probably gonna like have her end up working against Becky rather soon. Look, if that's your way out of refereeing, yeah. If that's your way out of refereeing,
I mean, I don't know. Like, is it like what seems like an easier way to not get fired? I don't hear when they be cutting talent. I don't be hearing them cutting. Oh, well, Kyoto. Like, it's rare that they be cutting refs though. They cut talent all the time, every quarter, damn near.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you like, look, I don't know what refs getting paid, but the job stability, you know, we'll see.
Up next, Gunther or Becky Lynch defeats AJ Lee.
Smiles, like there is a play on their match on one of the matches from before where Becky introduces ripping off, expose one of the turnbuckles. Jessica Carr puts it back on. Becky starts putting AJ in the corner, stomps shit out of her. She's about to break the 5 count until Jessica Carr pulls her off. She gets in Jessica Carr's face, pushes her up against the ropes. Jessica Carr stands up for herself, and then AJ hits a move. And then basically by the end, they end up exposing the turnbuckle again. That same turnbuckle throws AJ into it, and then she gets the win after that. And I was like, okay, like that's a finish from 2013-14 in the women's division. That's one of those matches.
Incredible.
You know, Becky's had some of the best matches in WWE history, but you know, we're past that. I guess we got to go. We're going backwards. It's all about regression. It comes in cycles. It comes in cycles. When there's progression, we got to bring it back. You know.
Yep.
Not all progress is linear, apparently. Especially when you fucking control it. It is not real life.
Up next, we got Gunther versus Seth Rollins in what I termed your work rate bait match that never really got all that high. I didn't even go 4 stars on this, James.
The finish brought it down. They were at 4. They were wrestling at a 4-star level, and then the finish is like, fuck you. It's just like, just get it out. Whatever, man.
Just terrible, bro. Like, they could have... Look, I consider Gunther the new Undertaker, right? Some people consider Seth Rollins that generation's Shawn Michaels, right?
There is no Shawn Michaels generation.
Yeah.
All these people just want a job. No one actually wants to be a star. They just want to make their spot and do whatever, right?
Look, man, people got to end this Seth Rollins is Mr. WrestleMania shit. Like we gotta not. No. This is a WWE thing. This ain't a fan thing. I mean, their fans be doing this.
Michael Cole saying this shit on commentary.
Like that shit is fake.
Propaganda shit, bro.
That shit is fake. Like I don't. Like brother, like tell me when Shawn Michaels was, you know, after WrestleMania 10. Tell me when Shawn Michaels was throwing up 3 stars on something. Like that don't really happen, you know. So you can give him Vince McMahon and it don't matter. Like he'll figure it out. But Gunther and Seth Rollins, this is a major disappointment in my eyes. If you're not gonna try to have a great match somewhere, you know, at WrestleMania,
what's the point
then you're never gonna
have great matches.
Then you're never gonna do it. Like,
yeah.
So, I don't really have much more to say about this. I think this is a disappointment, and this should stick to everyone involved, all the way up to the booker. Up next.
Oh, also, Braun Breaker. You gotta make. Why are you wearing Team Jordans?
Look, man. Braun Breaker, the seat is warm, brother. Like, chains have been snatched this weekend, possibly. So,
No. Look. I know he's a jock. All that. Get it. Cool. Fine. So is Roman Reigns. At least he's wearing actual real fucking Jordans. Or like what are we doing?
It took Roman till he was about 40 years old to actually start rocking the real J's. He was wearing Team Jordans too at a certain point.
You're right. And I will hope that people will learn from those mistakes.
I know one thing that was a fucking mistake. The other women's world title match here. Oh my God. Liv Morgan versus Stephanie McCurry. 3.35 rating on Cage Match. Liv Morgan, just an absolutely ridiculous entrance that I was like, what am I watching? So much time has passed, by the way, during this, but the matches are short and like really don't matter. So like we're well in as we're watching this. Like, this WrestleMania is awful. This is terrible. What the fuck are they doing? Like, Twitter's burning at this point. Liv Morgan and Stephanie McCurry proceed to get less than 7 minutes in the semi-main event of fucking WrestleMania Night 1.
Look, you're right. However, if you're going to put Liv Morgan in that position on the semi-main event of a WrestleMania in a singles match, in a title match at that, you're going to give her you're going to give her more than 8 minutes?
Look, this is what they want.
Look,
this
man,
is their goal. This made the people happy. People cheered for this heel that was cheating with multiple people involved to beat this babyface, and then she was saying racist shit to her in the whole build and everything like this, and it was like,
I didn't know about
all right, man, why are we doing this? You're talking about Stephanie McCurry used to wrestle and live in mud huts and shit. Like what are we saying? Like, what are we doing? This match demonstrated how broken the storytelling in WWE is. We're talking about somebody that was cheating with a small person in Roxanne, a giant in Raquel. She gets the star-studded entrance as the heel and dances to the ring and plays her horrible music over the speakers to that stadium. Everybody should sue, by the way, for having to be subjected to that. Then you had to watch the terrible wrestling after that.
Bro, that song sounds like some I am the teen pop star that wants to like make my second or third album and change my image, but like this is a song from like the early 2000s and it's 2026. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah, man. So match.
She will never win, James.
As you mentioned, they had to interfere at the end, and then when they interfered, they had her hit her move off the ropes at Oblivion shit, and then they have her kick, and then they ran, and then like Vakura is like laughing like she's about to go into like murder swerve mode, right? They go, because they got to show a replay. They gotta move at a glacial pace and then lay down and then stop the action, show a replay, and then pick back up. So they're both over by the right side of the ring, right? By the time they come back from the replay, Vakura's on the left side, and it's like, what? Whatever. And then they basically do it again, and then she wins. I'm like, so they can make it look like, oh, Liv Morgan didn't win with a distraction. She won clean because she hit her move later after the interference. Like, man, fuck you.
Yeah. I thought this was just a demonstration of the entire ethos of Liv Morgan will never win. And anytime she comes close, it's like she falls back like Doc Rivers. It's like we can just count on disappointment. We can just count on her just like living it up. All the ads all over, these short ass times, all they're doing is wasting time between matches with these ads, and they're putting ads in the ring, they're putting ads around the ring. It's just so much. Now, I know ads have been in combat sports for years and years, but Vince McMahon raised this company in a specific way, and the fans to expect something different at this point. It is jarring for wrestling fans to see that level of advertising. like it or not.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know who wants to defend the advertising in TKO and stuff like that. Yeah. This is a choice that they made, and fans have every right to feel kind of like, oh, we're in a new world, Dorothy. Like, you know, or we're not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah, and like as you mentioned, the parallels of the fake fighting with the real fighting, like seeing ads on the mat, seeing ads on the ring corners. That's not for me. That's not a big deal. I don't care. I think it's silly as hell and goofy, but like when they start putting, you know, Slim Jim stickers on the fucking wrestling tables, they're gonna break people through, right? I find that to be silly as hell. But that's their prerogative. The problem for most people isn't that stuff. The problem is, why the fuck am I tuning in and then paying for all these goddamn commercials? And we're in this age now where, you know, Hulu, you gotta pay you whatever streaming service you have, whatever, you gotta pay extra to get rid of the commercials. You already paid to get in. Now it's happening here, and it's like it's even to the extent now at the expense of the matches that these people paid to see because they care about it. And then they're disappointed because like,
and they're not showing video packages for anything other than the main event.
Yeah, and then the funny part for me is like in Stardom, 8 minutes for a women's match. Oh, they get the cracking. That ain't nothing but a match I can go out there and get 3 3/4 in a 5-star Grand Prix any day, right? On the undercard.
All these matches were starting like they were in the middle.
I mean, if you say so. I'm saying to pay if they're going to have short matches, they should pace them like they're going 8 minutes, not pace them like they're about to go 40.
Yeah, no, they're starting them like the way they're starting. How I'm seeing it, at least, is like someone's starting like a comeback, essentially to start the match, and it's like, like it just don't feel like it's set up to really. Like, for me, I didn't feel like they're going long in these matches. I felt like, oh, this shit is actually, like, it's cut on time. It's starting in the middle.
No,
I caught this halfway through.
Okay, that's how you saw it. That's how I felt. I felt like they gave me a complete beginning, middle, and end to all these matches because that's how their matches, or that's how most of their matches are formulated, and that's fine, right? My thing is, WWE's pacing is so goddamn slow to where it's like, you don't get your money's worth in 8 minutes because they wrestle so slow. If they finally got with the fucking times and wrestled appropriately for 2026, they might be able to appeal to their fans more to not start getting fucking destroyed in ratings, people and reviews and all this for saying this match sucks, these shows suck because they wrestle so goddamn slow and we only get them wrestle for 8 minutes where they're wrestling as if they're about to go 16. That's right. You get what I'm saying now? Like that's the problem. Like they're not. Where's the action in this? If you're going this goddamn slow, and then the match ends and you get an unsatisfying finish or whatever else, or kick or we pun down to get to whatever down the road, whatever. That's sometimes the storytelling pro wrestling, right? But then now we got to sit down and wait for 40 minutes between matches and shit. That's
they
absurd.
Skip all the pageantry. Like you would think, you know, at WrestleMania they've got maybe a cool spot for old timers somewhere. There's anything. It was just like
that's what the Hall of Fame's for.
Like, and that don't hit the same. Like when it's like AJ Styles music playing, it's like get the fuck out of the way. Stephanie McMahon is here, and then then everybody else, half the people they got in there are dead. So they're not like we're seeing their family members. We're not seeing them.
Yeah,
and it's like. They're not showing anyone backstage. They're not showing like any type of people like dressed up for the occasion, making it feel special. They miss all of this. Like Triple H misses all of this. It's like at WrestleMania, I feel like if you're like, you have very few times, I think, at least with me, where WWE can lean all the way into what WWE wants to be.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'll tell you right. You correct me if I'm wrong. Or you add on to what I'm getting at. WrestleMania is the one time of year where they have a chance to get people to come back in and watch. So it will behoove them to go out there and put their best face forward, bring all the old timers back, bring out the JBL, bring out Ron Simmons and put them in the APA shirts, have them yell damn, bring out Rob Van Dam, have him sell whatever strand of weed he's selling or he wants to sell this particular time. all that shit, right? Have Ric Flair woo and chop a bitch.
Look, do
right?
pre-tapes with all of them and then just splice them in through the broadcast or whatever.
Have them have AJ Styles interact with whoever, have him interact with Kurt Angle or whatever else backstage, because TNA or whatever else.
Yep.
All that kind of stuff backstage with the time you have. Make everybody happy about and feel nostalgic about they're watching WrestleMania and this is their childhood and all that kind of stuff. Make people feel good. That's the main part about this. This is the part when people talk about AEW giving too much, there's too much shit going on their pay-per-views, whatever. I was like, he's trying to make people happy. Tony Khan, the shows do go too long. They should be 4 hours, not 4.5. They've been going 4.5 lately of last year or whatever else. I agree with that. But I understand that he's trying to supersize everybody's experience and make everything matter to an extent where everyone put their best foot forward and put their best match in the ring. And people are complaining about that. And on the other opposite end is what WWE's doing. I gotta tell you, if I had to choose between which extreme, give me AEW every single fucking time and get out of here with this defending WWE shit, because that is literally spinning the face of people that are spending money to go fly to Vegas and do that. And as you notice, they had to lie about getting 50,000 both nights.
Oh yeah.
So if we're going between which is actually the better extreme, they're on the wrong side of the yin yang. Obviously, that makes no sense why I just said, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But like, I feel like, you know, they have the history, and like Triple H, for lack of a better word, just brought match after match out, and it was just like, use your old timers, use your history, use like the stage itself, WrestleMania itself. Even the fucking stage sucked. James like all this, the TKOism. Is bad. And then that's before you get to the main event. In the words of Mark Henry, Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. My God. So I think they worked this match anticipating the double, like the switched reaction, right? So Cody, in my mind, worked this match as a heel, but it only made things more awkward.
I don't think it did. I think they thought they knew they
were trying to counter.
They knew the response they were going to get. The problem is that they're not actually going through with it. That finish tells you they're not going through with it. Randy Orton is still the heel. Yep. They just know you're going to cheer him, so we'll have both of them work the match like they're opposite directions, but they're not actually double turning, which is like, fuck you. Why are y'all so pussy about turning Cody Rhodes heel? Why is Cody Rhodes so pussy about turning heel?
Look, Cody, you already gave up the number one spot when you didn't want to wrestle Roman Reigns, or he didn't want to wrestle you, or however that match didn't get in the ring, right? We can look how night one ended, and then how night two ended, and then what everyone was talking about. And it's 2 years in a row with Roman and him. That night one ends a certain way. I don't think it's the greatest match in the world, but people seem to like that three-way they did last year, right? But then Cody's match fucking stinks the gym out because he has to wrestle one of the class of OVW from 2002, and both of them fucking stink at this point. And then Orton, he's level him this year, and you have seeded that spot, Cody. You might as well do something interesting. This match was abysmal, and it's back-to-back stinkers for Cody, and I don't want to blame Cody for all of it, but he's got to hold some of it.
You know what the best part of this match was?
The end. When it stopped.
Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee is actually the best part of this match. He comes out. He gets booed for coming out. Nobody wants Pat McAfee. And then the video package shows how fucking stupid their storytelling is. They show all this stuff of, this is supposed to mirror, this is Cody. They have a DVD of Cody talking about the relationship between Triple H and Randy Orton, one of the more known rivalries in the 2010s of WWE lore, right? Or even late 2000s, right? And he says, Triple H was the mentor, Randy was the mentee, And I hope that and he's my mentor. Randy Orton is my mentor, and I hope that we never come across in that way. We never break bad over the ego and the pride of wanting to be the best. And then they flash forward to when it happens, when Randy Orton turns on Cody, and then I don't know when this started because I'm not watching, but apparently Randy Orton's music and the lyrics, I hear voices in my head. When it used to just be, that's just a play on the part where this nigga's loco, this nigga's crazy, he's liable to kick your face off, he's liable to handcuff people, and there's home invasions involved. This nigga, he's a sicko. Like somebody can be called the National Guard to get this nigga off the streets, right? This is turned into, no, this nigga actually hears voice in his head now, and this now coming out in year, 24? In year 24. In year 24, now he actually does hear the voice in his head when it's been his music for goddamn 20 plus years now. Okay, man, whatever. So, then they show backstage that somebody is talking to him in his head. So he's on the phone, they like, is he crazy or is he actually someone in his head talking to him? Turns out it's Pat McAfee, the fucking punter, is talking to this man. So I'm like, okay, whatever, man. This is stupid. Whatever. It's Pat McAfee. They trying to sprinkle some little celebrity manosphere shit onto WrestleMania because it's sports entertainment. It can't be wrestling. We got to sprinkle some bullshit on there, right? Okay, fine. So McAfee comes down, and then announces Randy Orton. He takes that mic from I think it's Alicia Taylor's her name. Hey, bro, I know she replaced Samantha, and we've never talked about her. It doesn't matter. But this is the craziest hairdo I've seen her have. And she's had some crazy ones. This is the craziest one. Whatever. She like she's having a blast. She's passionate. Good for her. I probably shouldn't have mentioned that, right? But move on. We'll move on. McAfee takes it. He starts ring-announcing. And then all of a sudden, he takes the mic, flips it out there, and bops Cody on the head before the bell rings. And I start fucking dying. All of a sudden,
I thought that was funny as shit, too.
That always works for us.
Anytime somebody get hit with the mic because of the sound.
Because the sound, it always works. It always works.
So doo-doo?
Yes. So Randy Orton gets him into the corner, starts stalling the mud hole on him, and I saw the mud hole on him. I don't know if you noticed this, Rich, but in the background, McAfee's still in the ring. McAfee is like mimicking or like in unison as every time Randy Orton stomps Cody, he's also stomping the air. It's fucking hilarious. Like it's fucking hilarious. It's like go get him, Dad. Beat him up. He's like, as Daddy's punching, he's punching too. It was hilarious, right? So then they go to try to put Cody on the shelf with the with a splash or whatever else on the table. Out comes Jelly Roll, and then they start hitting Jelly Roll hits a splash on McAfee, and then they stretch McAfee off, and then McAfee because.
This man procures a referee outfit.
No. He puts up the thumbs up, right? He puts up the thumbs up. I was fucking down. He put thumbs up. I'm good. I'm okay. So then the match happens. They had a bullshit happen. Randy Orton hurts his back. Cody recognizes the back stuff. And then Cody starts working over Randy Orton's back throughout the whole time, being vicious about it. Randy Orton starts bleeding. And then they start sending each other finishers, whatever else. And then Randy Orton with his bad back keeps doing stupid shit and moves that hurt his back even worse. Whatever. It is what it is, pro wrestling, right? So, all of a sudden, at the beginning of the match, when the first time Randy Orton tweaks his back and shows you that he's hurt his back, right? He goes to the corner and he's like, just, fuck my back or whatever. But, so, Cody goes to him and Randy Orton pokes him in the eye. So, at the very beginning of the match. So, at the end of the match, Randy Orton, they're going to close the stretch and Cody returns favor and pokes him in the eye. The crowd boos it.
Yeah, cause fuck him.
I'm just like, are you not watching what I'm watching?
Cody Rhodes.
Cody
Rhodes has lost the people, James.
Cool, I get it. He
has lost the people in the build. He's lost the people over the previous feuds that he's been doing in this company. We are on the other side.
Yeah, I get that. But people are booing it as if they don't recognize the story being told, and also
they don't.
And also. Like, this is one of the things where, like, this is a time for Cody to turn heel and start doing, like, the Jericho type. Y'all are hypocrites. He poked me in the
absolutely.
Eye. He poked me in the eye. It
would be so easy for him. He'd be like, I saved this company. He'd be like, I saved this company. Right. He'd be like, y'all know what people say about WWE. Oh, my God. you could have the Cody heel turn in WWE could be even better than in AEW.
Yes.
Because, like, it's so fragile to how I think WWE fans' self-esteem is right now with how they feel about the company. And look, maybe that's what's ruining it, is like we can't have somebody doing that, saying what he would be building.
Yeah, you can, because he put his ass in the
like,
main event and have Roman beat him in WrestleMania in fucking Saudi Arabia.
Be like, we beat him. Be like, yeah, man, I saved this place. I gave you the good times. I did all this stuff. Like, I broke these records. Da da da. You know, while Roman sat at home, like, do what CM Punk essentially was trying to do in the build, but like go a step further. Like the I saved this place, because people will not like that.
Yeah. So
and when I say people, I'm talking about those the mutants.
So, so as I mentioned, the eye poke. So Cody pokes Orton in the eyes. Now at this point in time, both of them got blood all over their faces, so that's also there too. So Little H, Charles Robinson, he puts a hand on Randy Orton like, you got put in there, are you okay? And he apparently, while not getting turned around and flipped around and none of that, he now believes Randy Orton now believes that, oh, Cody Rhodes is behind me. RKO. He RKO's Charles Robinson. It's like, what the fuck?
Bro, I think the thing was supposed to be, because he's bleeding, right? But it's like a little like scratch of blood, right?
He's bleeding. It's not no Tommaso Ciampa the last night bleeding, but
through this, we supposed to believe he can't see, so he's just giving niggas the RKO.
But he also got poked in the eye, so it's two things. But so the thing for me is like, okay, you got poked in the eye, but you also know that you didn't move, get turned around, or none of that. You are where you were. Cody didn't all of a sudden like get behind you that damn fast. You know that's Charles Robinson behind you. He RKOs him anyway, right? But he turns around and like, oh shit, that's Charles Robinson. That's not you, Cody. And then all of a sudden, the dick kicks start happening, right? Randy Orton goes for the dick kick. Cody knows the dick kick's coming because that's how the turn started. So Cody stops it. He then kicks Orton in the dick. And then they start stealing each other's finishes. They both. Then it's time for a ref to come in for a pin. Randy Orton gets the RKO. It's time for a pin. Then all of a sudden, I guess it's because Charles Robinson is the one that got laid out. Out comes McAfee doing the Charles Robinson spot on the long hallway run or aisle run for a referee. Yeah. And it's McAfee, and he has a fucking neck brace on with the ref shirt on and shades on running, and I'm fucking dying. Like, what is I'm like, bro, this nigga, like, look. He shouldn't be involved with this, but this is top tier managerial shit right now. If this is younger Paul Heyman doing this shit, if this was Prince Nana doing this shit, we'd be fucking dying. If this was Don Callis doing this, we'd be screaming. But it's Pat McAfee, so fuck him. And so he comes out there, and then he slow counts his own fucking guy. like he's fucking Nick Patrick.
How the fuck did he get a referee shirt? Who gave it to him?
He's
like, where's his referee license? Why are you like even acknowledging the count? He's not a ref.
You know how WWE has like they have the WWE patch on the ref. This is a standard shit. He bought this shit off of Amazon. He had that shit shipped to him. He threw it on just in case. He had it in his bag, and he ran down there, missed it, and then Randy Orton laughs at him because he slow counted. He's like, "Fuck you, nigga!" RKO, crowd pops. Cody hits his move, and Charles Robinson pin. That's the end of the match. And then Randy Orton proceeds to beat the hell out of Cody after it, and then he punts him, and then he holds the belt, and then they go off air with Randy Orton standing over the top of Cody holding the belt. And I'm like, oh, Backlash, great. So glad that was the main event of the Showcase of the Immortals, or main event number 1.
If y'all thought James was bullshitting, this nigga here,
he got shades on. Rich, put it up. Look at this nigga, man.
Where is the WWE patch? There is no patch on that bitch.
Fucking hilarious, bro.
Incredible,
bro. This nigga was hilarious. I'm sorry. He was hilarious. If this was in a non-toxic spot, he did everything he could to try to make this shit work for him in a way, or make it work for his role. He's the best part of this match.
Unreal.
Which tells you this shouldn't have happened, but you get my point. He did his job. The other two did not. The Booker did not. TKO did not.
Stank it up. And then like the reviews come in for this show.
Yeah.
And it's like Twitter's in full like I'm going crazy at that point. Every post I'm putting up 1,000 likes, just clowning, joking. All the video clips.
You got the picture
of. Oh yeah, I can find it. Yeah, so like I ended up making a thumbnail.
Add to my funny meme bank.
Yeah, it's pretty. Let's see.
I can send it to you if you ain't got it.
Oh, I got it. I got it. Hold on. I got it right here. It inspired, greatness, so to say, and it was just like
WrestleMania Saturday. 2 thumbs down. Hey man, so shit. Do you remember the Rick James episode of the Chappelle Show?
Yeah.
Remember after he or Charlie Murphy beat the shit out of Rick James again, and he's like, why you slapped me? Because you slapped me early. He's like, that was weeks ago, motherfucker. I'm partying. That was tonight. Oh, I'm sorry. He's like, I'll make it up to you. And he sees 2 women because he's Rick James. He's like, bitches, show Charlie Murphy your titties. And then the women flash Charlie Murphy, and then Charlie Murphy, or sorry, Chappelle dressed as playing Rick James says, the milk's gone bad, Murphy. I get those titties 2 thumbs down. Shit, that's exactly what I'm thinking of when you do this shit. 2 thumbs down.
So WrestleMania was that bad. Yeah. Like I made a video.
WrestleMania Saturday, 2 thumbs down.
I got 6,000 views on that video, James. Like my channel is brand new. That should not happen.
More people need to see this. That shit sucked, bro. I only saw parts of it because I hadn't watched it. That was, and somehow you undersold how bad this fucking show was.
It was horrific. This show was fucking horrific.
Fully without no commercial break.
With the time,
thank God.
This show was it was short but long at the same time. It was like, hold on, it started at like 6 o'clock apparently,
ended at like 10 something, right?
Yeah, and they were like 10. I was like, hold on, I know 4 hours went by, but like there wasn't that much wrestling. Like what actually fucking happened? And I was staring at that "We'll be right back" WrestleMania commercial thing like half the time. I swear to God. Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Ooh, Simon.
Absolutely.
Simon.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, because there ain't no Sasha, Becky, Charlotte triple threat.
Simon, I know you like WWE and you came of age from the Ruthless Aggression era forward, right? However, there are depths like WrestleMania 32. I wouldn't even put that like in a lower level WrestleMania like that. Like there are so many more worse WrestleManias to actually like compare this to.
Like basically pre 22 is when it's like, oh yeah, bro, you was if you got a good WrestleMania once every 3 years, you were happy. If you're going by today's standard or like modern standards of how we watch pro wrestling,
like bro, WrestleMania 2000 is abysmal. WrestleMania 2000 is abysmal. 9, 11.
A lot of them suck.
All like I told Chad, I did a ROPW episode with Chad about an hour. We just talked about some matches, and I was like, man, they never really figured out how to do a WrestleMania in like the real way up until WrestleMania 17.
Yep.
There was like all these holes, like just up and down all of these WrestleMania, even the ones you like.
There is a reason why for forever the best WrestleMania was considered 17 for forever. Because that's the first time they figured it out, and they had it in the fucking Astrodome, and that was the end of the era. But whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, man. Night 2, night 1 so bad that night 2. You remember the Eddie Murphy give him a cracker theory? Like, man,
yeah, sex star. Yeah. He's like, you like, look, man, y'all getting tricked. Like your lady is. put the woman that you want is holding off or whatever from finally give you some. When you give you some, it's gonna feel like the clouds have parted, the thunder has dropped, and lightning has struck. And you think it's the best person in the world. In reality, once you start getting that on a more regular, you can be like, hey, that's just regular. Those is regular saltines. Yeah. Was that Raw or Delirious? That was Raw, right?
I think so.
Purple. That was Purple Suit. Yeah, Purple Suit.
So,
Purple Suit was crazy. Purple Suit was like, hey, man, Eddie, why you treat me like animal? Ooh, that cannot fly. I was listening to Girls, Jay-Z the other day when he, obviously had that line.
Yeah.
Like, boy, that's Hove. Man, do you go back and listen to some of these records you put out?
Man,
are you proud of this?
Bro, give me misogynist Jay-Z. I'm sorry, but I ain't trying to hear wig Jay-Z.
What Jay-Z?
Wig Jay-Z.
What do you mean wig Jay-Z? I don't even know what you mean.
The joint he be wearing on his head.
You think that's a wig?
Look, man, I don't think it's a wig, but I do have questions. Like,
oh man,
how is Jay-Z damn near 60 years old has not had a hint of gray in that thing? A hint.
I mean, motherfuckers be dyeing their hair. That ain't nothing.
He's dyeing his baits.
You don't think people do that?
I know people color their baits, but like to dye it and keep it like black or brown.
Look, when you have money that he has, whatever else, he ain't making that. How often do you see Jay-Z? Once
that's true.
That nigga come out
and there's always something. There's always something holding the shit in place. Like I don't know, it's just weird, No.
What I'm saying is, you saying it's a wig. I don't think it's a wig, but I know for sure that he is dyeing it. You think it's such a big deal to dye it? I don't think it is.
Yeah. So. Look at this 6.7.
Deal like you got to keep up on. No. First off, his rich ass, he ain't doing it himself. He's sitting in that chair and having someone do it for him.
Yeah.
So just like Diddy was, till all of a sudden Diddy end up being behind bars. He's like, oh, that nigga gray as hell.
Yeah. So look at this rating on this screen, James. That shit says 6.75
for night 2.
Motherfuckers acted like fucking Dominion 2018 happened, bro. I was like, what are y'all doing? Like, because they got one match, like, and I think they're gassing it a slight bit, right? Mm-hmm. I think the main event with Punk and Roman, I think I gave it 4.5. So you know what that means.
Yeah, that shit. You know what that means? That means that shit must really be like 4 3/4 if you giving it 4.5. Because that's easily the highest match you giving CM Punk since he came back. I guess aside from the dog collar match, right?
I gave Eddie Kingston and CM Punk 4.5.
Okay, fair. Okay, yeah. So yeah, bro. Because you have not been kind to these, even the great CM Punk WWE matches since he came back. They're great. There've been many of them, but there's been a couple.
Yeah. I like the Walter match.
What do you say?
I think I like the Walter match more than this one, just slightly. But I might have given it like the same kind of rating, or whatever. But it was a similar thing. Like the match is very slow and it builds up, and then they're trading bombs at the end. And Roman brings some of his formula to it too, and he eventually.
Wait, which Samoan showed up?
No one. It was a
so
clean match.
So what do you mean by Roman formula then?
I would say like the big move kickouts, like different stuff like that. Like as far as like I would say like thinking he's done. Like he likes to do you think he's done. He kicks out at like 2.9. Break the table, break the other table, break the barricade, all that stuff. I think no. So it's definitely like one of the better WrestleMania main events ever, like for sure. And I think the entrance, like with CM Punk, completely exposes how he felt about the main event last year, to where it was like, oh, this is a real one. Like this is the real one. Like he used the fucking music that he used in at Revolution 2022.
He pulled out the ROH music.
So everybody got the joke.
Why ain't pull out that 3-way last year on the Saturday show?
And they shot like this long career vignette for him, and I was like, oh. So I was like, oh, this is his real one.
So did he?
And he had
so in like So, like, in 6 months, we're going to see backstage video of him crying in Triple H's arms, like the last year, saying, you've always been main event. You always the real main event. Last year we bullshit. Now you for real the real main event. If we do that, are we going to do that? Is he going to cry again? Are we going to find him crying again?
Possibly.
Man.
I think that, and you can see his ring walk, like, come on, man. I knew Punk was losing the whole time.
Yeah, we all knew that.
He had this look on his face like, I finally fucking made it. And I was happy for him. Like, when he was walking to the ring. And I was like, look at him. I was like, if you think about WWE,
he where he always wanted to be. The main event of WrestleMania. The real one.
I was like, this guy should have been a WrestleMania main event.
8 years
like,
or 12 years ago, yeah.
Like, it was like, it would be an injustice to history, like, if he didn't, like, get one. I know it's funny to laugh at him that it took this long and different stuff like that.
It ain't because of his fault. It's because of their fucking nonsense as a company and as an infrastructure for creative. Like,
yeah.
he was the number 2 guy in the promotion for multiple years, and you never even sniffed it. And then as he was out there going out there with Undertaker and wiping his ass with what actually was the main event.
Yep. So I thought this was a really great match, and honestly, it saved the show for me, night 2, because I didn't think night 2 was all that good either. Like, people were like, "Oh, this is night 2, whatever," I think they were so gassed. We'll bring it back to the beginning, but yeah, as far as the main event, like I said, I would say 4.5. I'm not going to give you the move by move and all that, but when Roman won, people were happy, and towards the end, like, they tried to say the match was CM Punk was old and that's why he lost and he couldn't do the second GTS and different stuff like that. But I think Roman just set him up at the end and just did his move to him and beat him, and it was clean, 100%. I appreciate that. He put him over the real way, like, and it was like no interference, no fuck shit. Nothing, just 2 guys, who's the best, belts on the line. And then Roman probably gets like the actual reception like that I think he's probably always been looking for at a WrestleMania, kind of. I think Dave's
Mission accomplished, finally had a good WrestleMania match with the old guy.
I think Dave could go 5 stars, but he could also go 4 3/4. And I don't think people are ready, because people are already harassing Dave ahead of time. Like, you better give it 5 stars. You better give it 5 stars. And like,
what you niggas gonna do? He didn't give Shawn Michaels Undertaker 5 stars.
I'm letting them know now. When the Observer drops tomorrow, look, if a 4 3/4 is on that bitch, log out. It's gonna be niggas is about to like have a bunch of fun at the WWE fans' expense. Like, it's about to be.
My question is, seeing that Dave Meltzer has given plenty of WWE matches on the main roster 5 stars ever since Cody has showed up, why would they be upset if this one will get 5 stars? Is this the best match since Cody showed up?
I don't believe so, but
right. So why are they crying?
The CM Punk fans swear there's a match of the year candidate every year. This they won. Like, this is going to be they won. So, like, I'm like, yeah, dog. Like, Darby Allin, we'll get to it later. Darby Allin and Tommaso Ciampa packed that shit up in, like, half the runtime. So, I don't know. I won't go that far. But Obafemi over Brock Lesnar inside of 5 minutes. Another real way job. This wasn't a fake job. Okay. I'll say. He beat Brock clean in the middle. Brock F5'd him. He kicked out, or he got up from the F5, kind of like no-sold it, whatever. It was a 5-minute back and forth. Big move. You've seen all of these. The real shock is Obafemi beating Brock Lesnar, and I was gonna do a ROPW video about it, but I just didn't get time to. But I think they've opened the window for Obafemi now. Like, as far as like, the contending window, you say the make yourself a star window. Mm-hmm. And when I say make yourself a star, like, make yourself a top star, not like, hey, you're just on the show and you'll be booked and stuff like. It's no, this is somebody that should be programmed like top, whatever, and in there mixing it up with all these other guys. And they opened Monday Night Raw and had him basically do the Roman Reigns, this is my yard thing, but like said, he just said one line and then left, and he just did his entrance and left. I was like, how the fuck do you not do an angle with him or something to where it's like, yeah, dog, show people that might be looking at this show what's next for this guy, and they don't. So I didn't like that. But Brock put him over.
I think you can see that from multiple angles. You can see that as I think their line of thinking of it is like, we are cementing the win. There's no bullshit. We are going to let this dude say whatever his line is, do his entrance, and make him look cool. As opposed to now it's on to the next thing. They're letting the accomplishment breathe, and then they'll get to it next week or some shit like that. Maybe. I think that's probably their line of logic on it. But I mean, I can see it both ways. Like, as long as they didn't have Brock Lesnar show back up and whoop them, I think either one would have been fine. Also, you gotta remember they work a lot slower than me and you would when it comes to iron is hot and strike shit. So
yeah, So they have Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar goes ahead and takes off his boots at the end of the match. He loses clean 1, 2, 3, all this stuff, and he is assumed, like, he throws an X up to Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman hugs him. They're crying together, and they're like, it's implied that Brock Lesnar is retiring, right? And this is what everyone has seemed to run with. I don't believe it.
Who cares?
Look, I don't believe he's retired, for one, and then two, get him the fuck out of here.
That's why I'm saying, who cares? He should even be in front of us. Why is he here? Why do you bring him back? Yeah. He adds nothing to the promotion. He just a check for you to pay, and then you have to fire other people that are going to be here. He did a 5-minute match because you don't want to wrestle long. Also, there's a guy doing an I Retire Legends gimmick, and he avoided him for years.
What's that tell you? If, quote unquote, he's really retired, he just chose this guy or whatever. Look, oh no, man. There's some weird stuff going on. We got a question from Shoulder 1676. He said, I'm curious you guys think if Roman would be in a better place if they actually had Roman win at Mania 31. So the
problem wasn't even that whether he won or lost. The problem that he wasn't ready for the spot.
There's that.
The fundamental problem with doing that was, you had John Cena around, you had Daniel Bryan around, and you decided that we're going to move the biggest actual star in John Cena out the way, and we're going to move the biggest person with crowd connection out the way for this guy that was being brought up through tags that he was the next guy, and we're going to do it now because John Cena is approaching 40. And then he proceeds to give you another 2 or 3 years of being the top guy, which means there was no need to do it this early. So yeah, that was the actual real problem. And
I think ultimately what ended up happening was it made it worse years later. It was like they were always trying to get back to that moment that almost like they were going to let him score or whatever at 2015, but they took it away from him, and then they kept delaying it. So like that kind of became his story. But on the other side, you can't really guarantee, like, they would have kept trying. I think there's enough that says they would have kept trying Roman Reigns. He has gotten the hardest push in WWE history.
Yeah. This was his what Mania main event?
They said 11th, including all the fake ones. That's insane. So
when you say fake ones, he's only had one fake one, so it's really 10.
Yeah, well, he had the tag one too.
What tag one?
Rock and Roman against Cody and Seth.
Oh yeah, okay, so 2. That's right. He has 2.
Yeah.
But like he also main evented that main event
the other one, so he got 2 in a weekend and shit.
Yeah,
they're doing the funny shit.
Yeah. So he has 2 fake ones, but like he actually main evented one of them still.
Yeah. So like, I don't know, like, Roman Reigns completely, like, it's almost like you got to throw everything away before the pandemic. And I hate to say that because you should not throw everything away. If you're evaluating him success-wise, that's what you have to do. But if you want to actually talk about his actual career, you have to include all that failure.
Yeah. Because the failure ultimately is what makes it work because everyone was saying, hey, turn him heel. Remember what happened with his older cousin when he was failing as a babyface? They turned him heel, and then all of a sudden he became, one of the biggest stars in the history of the business. And then they waited so long to do it, and then they came back. Rum was a heel, and he became what, Rich? One of the biggest stars in the history of the business. You dumb motherfuckers were a decade late. Or half a decade late.
Not only was the promotion late, it was the people who was defending the shit and like swearing that it was okay that he was a babyface and we were wrong and all this stuff. And we have run up the score on these idiots for years now.
And then flash forward to like a year or two after he turned heel, and everyone loves it, and then they realize, oh, this, then they realize, WWE's finally picked up and creative. They're doing so much better. They lied through their teeth into their soul and into the mirror for half a decade about that shit. Yeah. Nonsense. Niggas out here coping and in denial about some simple shit. It's just a TV show, bro. It's not you. It's not your self-esteem. Relax.
Yeah.
It's a TV show, not a sports team.
Intercontinental ladder match. Obafemi. Huge win for him. Congratulations to him. And like I said, the clock starts, and like, I'm interested in what they're going to do with this guy. He's a different guy, because like, this is not some big dumb guy. Like, this is a guy, he comes out there, he has clothes that he wears outside of his normal wrestling gear, like he's dressed. He can speak, even though he's, doing the gimmick accent and all that.
Can we? Damn it, that's what I want to talk about.
I brought it up, and people looked at me like I was crazy. It's a gimmick.
Apollo Crews, Kofi Kingston, black person that has that background, but for whatever reason, someone backstage okayed or insisted or went along with them deciding to use the accent that they have. They're basically acting or talking as if they're like that. That's how my granddad talks. That's how my dad talks. That's how my uncles talk, or whatever else. And I'm going to throw that on. Well, not for Kofi, because Kofi from Ghana, he put on the Jamaican accent. Sorry, my bad.
So this guy looks like he was actually born.
Apollo Crews did the same thing as Apollo Crews in Nigeria. He don't talk like that for real. But when all of a sudden he's on WWE, all of a sudden he has a fucking spear. Obafemi was on NXT Level Up. And they got a video of him, and he's talking like a regular nigga, a regular nigga that went to college. and then he's talking like he's me, right? And then all of a sudden, he has his accent. I was unaware of this, but it's like, hey, bro, we ain't gotta do this. We don't have to we don't have to perform in this way. These different weird masculine version of what narrow view of what blackness is. We don't have to do that, right? Especially when we got the Usos doing it for us, and the other Samoans, right? Shit. So why do we need to do this? This ain't actually them, so why do it?
King of the North trying to get the shit added to the Discord immediately. No, not yet. Like, you gotta let One Nation Radio roll out the new sounds, first, and establish it before we do that.
We got one for your ass next week.
Oh yeah. So, but yeah, man. Ladder match. This was a really great ladder match between Penta, Dragon Lee, JD, McDonough, Javon Evans, Rey Mysterio, and Rusev. There was one part in this match. This dive made no fucking sense that Rusev did for Javon Evans. I don't know. He
jumped off for a cutter.
Yes, he jumped off. It was like,
I saw that clip. Yeah,
it was like if he wouldn't have jumped, the nigga would have just fell. It was weird how they did it. Yeah. But
I mean, look, it don't bother me because it's not no different from like seeing Ninja Mac and what's your boy's name? Is it Dante Fox or Leon Fox? The punk dude with the punk haircut and the green hair or whatever else that he had them crazy matches with. Is like one of Dante
one of Leon.
Dante Leon. And then there's also what's your girl's name? You got to do the you got to basically fall forward for
Sol Ruka.
Sol Ruka. Yeah. All right, look, get well soon, Sol Ruka. Cause boy, that shit I saw on my feed. That shit looked terrible.
Abysmal.
If that shit had happened anywhere else, motherfuckers be talking about Outlaw Mud Show this, Outlaw Mud Show that. That happened in WWE at the training performance show.
The crowd really wanted Javon to win this, and they just didn't do that. And I think they missed an opportunity here. But
one at a time.
Yeah.
One at a time. Slow your roll, Playboy. Slow your roll.
So up next,
if we ain't finna turn it, they like, hey man, only one at a time. We're not finna turn this shit into show talking about the Apollo.
Trick Williams against Sami Zayn. Lil Yachty tried to recreate his viral entrance to the stage, and it fell flat terribly. I immediately got joy and laughter out of this. Trick comes with a train on his jacket that's like 100 yards long.
I saw that clip. And it was so long that he had to, like, he was like pushing a sled the way he was so like shoulders over waist. It was heavy as fuck.
Yeah. Sami Zayn getting booed out here, and they do a fucking match. Yachty's like getting whooped by Sami Zayn, which was funny. And then like this is a nothing match. This is just like
a Trick Williams match was nothing.
Bro, this was like one of them WrestleMania 6 undercard matches. Like, oh, they got a couple minutes to get in here, and then Trick ended up winning the U.S. belt.
Hey man,
great entrance.
Look, man, Trick got all the flash.
We did not find out the answers. Let's just say that
Trick got the charisma. Trick got the looks. Trick got the physique. He got the promo ability and the charisma for all that. Hey man. That bell got a ring. Otherwise, and that nigga be rapping. So you should just be rapping, because you ain't a good wrestler yet. You a better rapper than a wrestler. No shade.
That's funny.
No shade. Hey, you are friends with a nigga that rap and wrestle, right?
Yep.
He just has to be one of the best wrestlers of this generation. If Trick could wrestle like Swerve, like I said, same thing with Mark Davis or Jacob Fatu and Mark Davis. Out of here. Put on tonight.
Switch it over. Yeah. It look, and it feel like we ain't never gonna be there. By the way.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's WWE. It don't really matter.
Yeah, like he just got to add a little bit more, and I think you can go with him. Finn Balor and Dom Mysterio. Dom Mysterio had the best entrance of the night with all these, I don't know, these people in these masks or whatever, and I don't know if they, I don't know if they were wearing Jason masks or somebody was wearing a Jason mask. I feel like something.
Wait, what are they? You got to show me the mask. He put it up on the screen.
Yeah, let me see if I can find Dom's entrance. Unless I'm thinking I saw Jason.
I don't know what happened, but when you tell me Dom Mysterio's out there and people are wearing masks, my thing is like, well, nigga, I'm assuming they just luchadors because
it was basically like it was some shit like the real Slim Shady, damn near. Okay, they were all white masks and they had a cutout, so that's why I kind of thought that.
Okay.
But yeah, super hard entrance. They have the fucking demon come out there, bro, and like it hit me. I was like, this demon shit is whack, bro. Like
they made it whack.
And it's
they made it whack for a decade at this point.
And I was like, wow.
We haven't seen it since they got embarrassed against Roman Reigns, right?
Yeah. I was like, I'm totally not into this. Dom still stinks. There's no, growth or anything like that. But the people like him more. They have the demon beat him. I was like, and this match isn't good at all, by the way. And it's basically a worse version of the Jacob Fatu and McIntyre match here. And then he loses to the demon, and I'm like, well, why'd you do that? I don't know. I don't care enough to get angry, but whatever.
He's not going to be a main event babyface, so he has his losses. So eventually he wins, hopefully at the end of this feud.
Women's title match: Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill. Now, I enjoyed this for what it was. I didn't
ask you for what it was. I asked you for what it was in a vacuum, or what you give it in a vacuum.
I think most people will say it's not good, but I think they're wrong.
Okay.
I thought Jade came to play. I thought her power moves were on point. I thought Rhea kept it very basic. They only got 10 minutes. That's the only thing. That's another thing about this. Let's take a look at the match times on this show. Trick Williams, 7:07. Finn and Dom, 10. Rhea and Jade, 10. Obafemi, 4:46. Ladder match, 15 minutes. And this thing's just flying by. Oh, and there was a huge Danhausen thing with that with midgets and stuff, and it was just completely unfunny and dumb.
Rich, do you know that mini wrestling is coming to, I think, Clearwater next month?
Don't they have it there? Like don't they regularly run there?
I don't fucking know. I was just made aware of it, and
You going?
I might be getting dragged into going.
Uh-oh.
We'll
I look, somebody bringing you that ain't like, okay, never mind.
Shit. Just yeah.
Yep.
This got brought up to me, and then it's like, hey, you want to? I'm like, I don't really want to go, but if you want to go, I'll go because whatever.
I like this match. Jay did a fucking one-wing angel in it, James.
What?
Yes. I popped.
Why?
I don't know. She was just in the corner.
She could. Wait a second.
She had her on her shoulders.
You mean to tell me that Bryan Danielson was out here helping her train all them weeks in AEW? She comes to WWE.
She did that too. She did a crossface too. Kind of. It kind of looked more like Benoit shit.
Okay, but I was gonna say. I know damn well Danielson's like, this is son of a bitch. I helped her all this time. How about free time? And you out here doing this Canadian moves? It's America.
So Kenny ended up saying, "Oh, I appreciate it. That was really cool. Whatever it is." She was like, "Oh, you're welcome, goat." Essentially, and it was funny. Like, people were upset at her for doing that, but bro, I popped. I was like, hell yeah, like, fuck, like,
I don't care about that shit.
Yeah. So like, Jade, they bring out Jade's team at the end, and Rhea basically fends all these people off and ends up winning. It was fine. Like, it wasn't some disaster, but they. B-Fab. B-Fab, yeah.
Okay.
And they bring out Io Sky to help even the odds. This was her WrestleMania booking.
Go ahead,
Essentially,
go ahead and tell the world what you told me that made me very, very upset with you. Go ahead.
I saw it somewhere, but they were like, yeah, man, they have turned Io into basically Miss Elizabeth out here. Fuck if you was like the best wrestler in the company last year. No match for you. We have to get Danhausen and Paige and the Bellas on the show. But you will come out here, point to your head a few times, and then run in, essentially, and even the odds for Rhea Ripley. Your big homie. I don't know, man. I don't know.
And then she held her up in the air like a fucking trophy.
Yeah, she did. That's kind of wild. Rhea looked insane, by the way.
I didn't really I only saw a clip, so I don't know.
I saw like I think it was like I don't know if it was like a time lapse. It was just a different WrestleMania, and they showed her this one. It was like, ooh, she's been.
I mean, I can tell you she's more. I can tell you back in the day she was more tan. Obviously, she has more muscle mass back then. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know what she's doing.
It was just like the facial shot.
Sorry.
It was just like the facial shot, and it was just like, I don't know if she was like, I don't know what's going on, but she looks different. Let's just say that.
Mr. Boo said like Io and Asuka is coming at some point. Yeah, of course, but like you don't have to. You don't have to invent. Go ahead.
Allegedly.
Yeah, but at the same time, while you're doing that, you don't have to make this person such a afterthought and so far below this person, whereas like they're not on the same level. Especially when it's like they were in a three-way match a year or two ago. WrestleMania is the best match on WrestleMania, and then Io won the match by pinning Rhea, if I remember correctly. So it's like, why are we doing this? It's just odd.
Yeah, but after that, you get that main event that I talked about, and then like I feel like it's a very mixed bag of a show. It's just like passable. This is like bottom third WrestleMania or whatever, right?
Night 2?
Mind you, there's 4 of them. Yeah. Now, night one is like bottom 1 or 2, depending on, you know, how you feel about WrestleMania 4 or WrestleMania 11, something like that, right? But this was like bang average. That's how I was like, this is a bang average show because you got a really great main event, right? And, you know, look, I could easily see somebody not liking the main event because of the speed of it. It's just, by that time, you were already locked into the show. So, like, they went 33 and it felt earned, like it was a big match in the stadium. So I'm just going to watch it, right? But, look, I could easily see somebody throwing that shit on and being like, it took them 33 minutes to do all this. I don't know. But I think it's going to get some match of the year buzz just because if it's in WWE it's going to get the platform.
WWE needs one of those to not finish in the top 10 of the Observer every year. So why not? Because it's not like they're doing, you know, a couple years ago with Gunther, they were actually having top 10 matches of the year in the world once or twice.
Whoa.
Not no more. And it basically kind of started once Triple H took over.
Incredible. But yeah, that was your WrestleMania 42 review.
The biggest night of wrestling in the world.
Incredible.
Does that sound like it? It is, but does that sound appropriate for what it is, or are they just not? They're not living up to the expectation of what this weekend should be. There's not.
And not only are they not doing it, the weekend around it is completely dead. I heard nothing about anything notable that I need to see. It's just passing.
Well, who was it? That Blue Panther match I heard was Raw.
Aside from that, I think that's the only one.
I'm going to watch it once we're off the show.
Look, you see it above my shoulder.
Oh yeah, Blue Panther match. Yep.
So, but yeah, man, we should get to AEW because
great show.
Great show.
Better than WrestleMania.
Better than WrestleMania night 1 and 2.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Well, I can't vouch for 2 because I didn't watch it, but night 1 for sure.
Yeah. Kevin Knight and MJF basically got something going and set something up for next week. Kind of went face to face with a promo. I thought MJF was pretty good here. And MJF said a number of things, James, that would allude that he was robbed, James, that that unjust things happened in the match. Mm-hmm. That there was chicanery that led to the belt change.
And this one thing where it's like, okay, he's a heel, so he's going to lie, but it's also like it's like,
oh fuck, he's absolutely right.
Like, he's hitting you with he's doing it to be annoying because heels don't take accountability for their evilness, and also he's hitting you with the subtlety hammer that this was a fake job. It's 2 things at once.
Shit. I don't know who needs to hear it. I didn't make this up. Shit. So they set up with an interesting situation where he's challenging for the TNT belt next week. Now, is he gonna win this shit next week and then basically be like, I want to put this on the line against Darby Allin? Because Darby's always been connected to the TNT belt.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I don't know what's happening. I just expect a really good match, and we'll see what happens from there.
Yeah. So we had Jericho finding some friends to take on the Demand, and later, and I'm just going to do it all right now, he found the Hurt Syndicate to team up with, which is hilarious on several levels.
Yes.
In and out of the ring.
Yes. Go ahead.
I usually believe in Chris Jericho and never count him out ever. Also, is the only reason the Hurt Syndicate are involved in this is because Ricochet's on the other side? Is the only person that can work with them?
Oh, I won't get into that part, but it ties up some loose ends of storytelling, and also that shit is scheduled for what show?
Collision.
Keep it on Saturdays, brother. Keep it on Saturdays. Don't bring Don't bring your ruthless aggression asses back to Wednesday.
Yeah.
Like, also, we'll get to it later. There's another attitude aggression ass nigga. I'm sorry, attitude aggression, ruthless aggression nigga that like says they finna do his shit on Saturday, and I'm like, yes, Saturday. Put it on Saturdays.
That was a great comment. Cargo 5 Jericho and the Hurt Syndicate are here to put over new talent.
Shit. I mean, Jericho actually did at the pay-per-view with Ricochet.
That's true. That's true. I don't think Bobby Lashley would lay the shoulders for a bitch like that ever.
Now my two older brothers in Shelton and in Bobby Lashley, not quite.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to them at the family reunion about that. Hey, you can't be y'all not doing y'all part.
Yeah.
My friends don't like when y'all do that. They be saying, "Hey, James, talk to your bald brothers about this." I don't want to have these conversations with them, but they forced my hand. It must be addressed at the next meeting.
Oh man. Brody King took on Leo Rush in this insane character that he's doing.
He's been doing it, and it seems like he's getting over.
I know.
Seems like getting over.
This nigga's running around like
it went viral to the point where Kirby texted us and was like, "Hey, bro," or messaged us like, "Hey, bro, what's this?" And I had to be like, "Look, bro, he's doing this weird gimmick where he's crazy or whatever else, and I don't know. But believe it or not, Kirby, this nigga's one of the most like quick twitch athletes in the history of this business." He was like, "All right," he took my word for it, but it's like, yeah, man, it's unsettling to see niggas doing shit like this on in wrestling. It's like, what is this? This is weird.
Like, why does a black man have to do this?
He's scaring the hoes. Straight up.
Yes.
Like, what is this, bro?
Ciampa cuts a really good promo before the main event. Brody King got the win, by the way.
It's a good match.
Yeah.
It's a good match.
Went like six minutes or so. Kind of, you see Brody King and Leo Rush. I'm like, hold on, what? Like that's a huge weight division mismatch.
But they told the story in the match very similar to like those Darby matches where it's like, how do you explain the gigantic height and weight difference? And it's like, oh, Brody King gets thrown into stuff and he's caught off balance, and then these smaller guys use their body as projectiles and throw themselves into him. So it ends up working.
Yeah. So Copeland then challenged FTR for Double or Nothing, and I immediately groaned, and I was just like, full of Dylan Brooks. I don't care. He's old.
Shit.
And they basically said it's going to be a street fight, essentially. And they will never team up, or they will retire if they lose to them or some shit like that.
They'll retire as a tag team. That was the thing.
Yeah.
And for me, it was like, okay, cool. And he said, I want your response on what show, Rich?
Collision.
Put all them Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression niggas, put them on Saturdays. Get them away from the real. This is what CM Punk wanted. We have now made Collision into CM Punk's image. Old niggas that used to wrestle in WWE on Saturdays, and then we'll figure out the rest after that.
We only let one of y'all niggas out at a time. Like,
yeah.
This is our tag division. I saw this. I was like, so the Bucks go back-to-back months, 5-star matches, whatever. And we getting 2 fucking Copeland and Christian title challenges. Incredible.
Here's the main thing, right? The Young Bucks gonna have a match. They're gonna probably have some like tag team wild card or whatever the hell that shit's called. What's the gauntlet match that they have like every year? With the tag teams,
casino tag gauntlet or something.
They're probably gonna have that on the show, and they're gonna win it, and then they're gonna go to All In or whatever else, and there'll be a 3-way or some shit like that.
Jesus,
between FTR, Christian Copeland, and the Young Bucks.
Got a Joshi match on this show, James.
Yeah, we did.
And somebody actually won.
Why? Is that because they're honoring the tradition of people actually win and lose in Japan? Yeah, man. I was expecting a better match than this. Quite honestly, I don't know what Sheeta's situation is, but she is not in ring shape in the way that she used to be. She's not as sharp as she used to be. And
I thought I thought
she was in. She was. It was
something ain't right
compared to what we've seen from her in the past. Right. At time, it looks like there's a lot of ring rust on her. Like her time, it seems like her time is off. It looks like she doesn't. She's not moving as fast as she used to, or whatever else. It just seemed like for like a minute. 1 minute she looks like she's herself. The next minute she doesn't. I don't know, but one thing is for certain: they have put her with Statlander. She is clearly evil, and she is the actual.
Yeah.
In her second language, she is the talker in the group. And Statlander, while being a former champion, after going through what she's gone through with Willow and with Harley Cameron, is being manipulated by this evil woman. And I'm like, so after all this stuff and the thing of being teasing of being evil and learning her lesson from that, she's back to being suckered into being evil again because she's a dumbass. Great. I love this story. I love this character. I love it. It's so rich. Shit.
I find Sheeta's promos hilarious.
They are
because
they are.
She's so cheerful, and then she's trying real hard with the language, and you can understand she speaks perfect English.
Yeah.
So it's it's amazing. So maybe she has to get goofier. It's also funny to me
because she, the story, like she learned English through Harry Potter. So like she has a British accent. It's like, why does this woman? I don't think she's ever been to the UK. or at least like even if she has, she's compared to the US. She's been there.
She's all in. She's all in.
Oh, okay, fair enough. But like, why does this Japanese woman that learned this? Why does she have a British accent? And she's from. If anything, she's American. If anything. It's just goofy. It's goofy how she learned this language. It's a funny story, and it's like, I love this fake sport. This what brings us all together. Like that background's weird. You really can you imagine learning another language? I think how hard that is. You learn another language from watching their movies. That's absurd. Look, man, love Dragon Ball Z to death. Love Gundam Wing. Right? Love the Toonami block of anime. Look, been watching Japanese pro wrestling for over a decade now.
I ain't picked up near a phrase.
I might know 50 Japanese words. I cannot contextually structure them into the form of a sentence, let alone think. That's incredible what she's done. It's incredible, but it's also funny because why the fuck is a Japanese woman that girl that's Americanized? All of her touchstones to what I can tell to the English language are from American things, except for one thing, and that's what makes her speak in a British accent. It's hilarious to me. She's a huge Marvel fan.
Yeah,
it's funny. It's just funny.
Oh yeah.
All right, we can move on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, all good. We had Mark Davis and Will Ospreay. James, I'm out on the story, bro. Good match.
I thought this match was great.
Like,
I get you don't want to do selling anymore. I get it, but I love the finish. I love that it gave something to Mark Davis, and I think it's set up for they're gonna have a rematch on the line, like in the Owen, and he gets to win back.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd be beating Will Ospreay. I don't know if I would be having him. I don't know. I just kind of want to see my babyface.
You want him to kill him. You want him to kill the world.
Beat the world ass. I get it. And be impressive, and then start trying to sell these fucking Wembley tickets. Because I don't think any of this has swayed a soul from thinking Will Ospreay is not going to win the Owen, right?
Right.
Are you cleared or not?
Well, he's wrestling match, so clearly he's cleared.
So it's like, I don't know. It's just like, I'm zoning out when I see this, and I'm like, I want to focus on Will Ospreay being the best wrestler in the world and being back and all this shit, and instead we got to do this bullshit storytelling that sets up some other shit. He's losing to Moxley, which we called, and whatever. It was fine he loses to Moxley, right? Because he's not supposed to be the Continental Champion anyway. But that would have been the only motherfucker that I would have had go over him. And then second, the entire thing with the neck, it's like, I think it's too heavy-handed, and it's just like, it's a distraction, in my opinion, rather than something to enhance him. It's something that takes him down.
So, is it what I actually want to see from Will Ospreay at this stage of the game? No, but I understand it, and I find it to be, it's just, the guy is like, I think that he sees it as, this is how you do it, and I think that for most people it works. For people like us that, quite frankly, probably watch too much of this shit, we see it as a trope, and we see it as, this is old school wrestling, and it's too old school, it's outdated. Pick it the fuck up with how, make it in line with, and modernize it. And this is kind of old school, and it's a thing where eventually someone's going to figure out how to do this correctly, and then we'll move past it. But I just think like Danielson, like Omega, like him, is just a little bit behind the times for people that we think are so forward thinking when it comes to pro wrestling, that it's kind of jarring that that they do this in this way. Yeah, but I love the match, and I thought the selling was great. You know what else had great selling though, and why this is the greatest thing in the world. I would also be like, hey man, I don't love it. You know, it was so great recently.
Who?
Randy Orton selling is back on night 2 or night 1 of WrestleMania. That just because you sell great don't mean you having a great match. Don't mean you're telling a compelling story. It just means you selling great. So there's that to it. So it's like, hey man, like,
to me, it's like a fake, like what's the word I'm looking for? It's a fake obstacle. Like it's a fake obstacle. It's like, all right,
it's a fake obstacle because it's like, we know there's a trainer here that had to clear you in kayfabe. So if they cleared you in kayfabe, they will not risk their kayfabe medical license by getting sued by you for doing some shit like this or this kind of medical negligence. I get you.
Thank you.
But that is the today's time to realizing this shit, as opposed to if this was 10 years ago, every babyface is doing this. 15 years ago, 20 years ago, every face is doing this in this way. It's
like, if this was Mid-South Pro Wrestling, right, and he comes back, like, I think this works like gangbusters for me, right?
It's just, this isn't
now. It's just like,
it's silly,
and there's so many people that have done this, like we mentioned, like all the guys that he's the best fucking wrestlers of this generation.
Some of the best wrestlers
between, ever. Danielson, Omega, Ospreay have been now Ospreay. I think the other two did it so heavy-handed in a way. I was tired when Danielson was doing it, whatever, and with the concussions and the neck and the seizing and all that stuff, right? And these guys are sickos and they want to do that stuff. But I'm like, I'm not offended by the fact that you're trying to sell in pro wrestling. I'm saying that I'd rather engage with you as being like the great wrestler you are, rather than you doing some other shit. Like, this is like me deciding, like, okay, I'm just gonna rap fast all the time. I'm like, yeah, I can do it, but that's not my ethos. Like, it's some shit like that. So
I get you.
Yeah. Cal's comment says his medical license should be revoked if the match continued. That's funny. But Callis is quick-witted like that to say things like that because he knows what the finish is going to be. So,
right.
What else do we have on this show?
Yeah. I like I said, I still thought it was a great match.
Great match, though. Yeah, great match. Like,
and it was a unique finish that you're going to remember. And for me, it's like, hey man, after what we've seen from Mark Davis's last, in 2026, it's like,
I thought it was a count out at first.
It could have been. I mean, either one works. He still wins either way. But like, the fact that they made a ref stoppage, it works. It works even better for what the story that Ospreay is trying to tell. But yeah, man, like, there's Nick. Like I mentioned, Jacob Fatu versus Mark Davis. Mark Davis is fucking smoking him. Mark Davis got more good matches, more high quality matches in this year than Jacob Fatu has in this whole WWE run so far. And Jacob Fatu's been in WWE for almost 2 years now. Or no, more than that, right?
Less than that. And he has some time missed. He missed time with the dental
Oh yeah,
deal.
I forgot about that. Point remains.
Either way, yeah.
Point remains. They push Jacob for 2. They protect Jacob for 2. Mark Davis go out there to have a good match and lose.
He was gonna fuck Will Ospreay up some more, and then all of a sudden the Death Riders came to save Will Ospreay, and I was like, "What the fuck's going on here?" Like, John Moxley confuses me, flat out. If I'm speechless by this, honestly. Well, like it's like, all right, you fucked the nigga up at the pay-per-view 8 days ago, essentially, right? Or 10 days ago, whatever the fuck. Mm-hmm. The group, didn't he fight one of the niggas? Who did Ospreay wrestle last week? Oh, he wrestled a Don Callis nigga last week.
He fought Hechicero.
So he fought one this week too.
I think that this is tying into is like I said. I always say this wasn't personal, Ospreay. After I fucked you up, but I get it. I think that's going to be what they do, and ultimately, like Don Callis, family and Death Riders have been feuding for real before Ospreay just showed up. So I think that is the thing. It's going to be like there's going to be differentiation. Like they're going to do like a make amends thing between Moxley and Ospreay, I believe. Like truce, I believe.
Like I'll try to help you out or whatever. I'll help you be better or something like that. But I'm like,
I don't want to see that. I want to see the fight.
It's like what the fuck? Like I don't.
We'll see.
It's like I'm going to turn Will Ospreay into the most dangerous version of himself or something. I'm like,
could be, but either way, it's. Until they explain it,
yeah, we're just throwing shit in the air right now. They decided to do the angle, and I'm like, to me, it just falls under more John Moxley character hell that is like completely baffling. Since I think he started losing all those matches to Kyle O'Reilly, and then forward, it's just like, what's happening with this guy? Somebody write this all down on a piece of paper, right? And write it in sequential order, and then you tell me how it makes sense. I'll wait. Like,
so a lot of the John Moxley stuff is stuff that gets fucked up because of injury. Kyle O'Reilly shit got fucked up because of injury. The Darby shit got fucked up because he wanted to climb Everest. A lot of this stuff looks like he had these plans for whatever reason with people, and then he had to adjust. And like, I don't think and when it was time to pivot, I don't think he had a good place to pivot. Like the best thing he could have did was, for me, over the last, I don't know, let's say the last 7 or 6 months. Let's say 6 months would have been him winning him in the Continental Classic after losing to O'Reilly. And then Death Riders turned on him. Didn't happen.
Claudio just whooped him straight up. Never mentioned it again.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Claudio don't even want to match for the belt, even though he beat the champion, which is classic tournament stuff. You throw a tournament for that stuff to beat someone won the tournament, someone's an eventual champion off of winning a tournament. The people that beat them in that tournament are automatically contenders. Not even a thing. Not even a thing.
Not on this side. Alex Windsor immediately appears after this, and I'm like, horrible layout. Tony, do better than this. Like, they just abducted Will Ospreay, by the way. The Death Riders did. And then the next interview is Alex Windsor, and she don't give a fuck about that nigga. After they do the fucking link up of them 2 weeks ago on screen.
Not my division.
What is this? What is this?
Do we know? I'm trying to think. Because who came in there after that with her?
She helped them.
I know what you mean. Who came out there? Like, I'm sorry, not came out there, but like when Windsor was doing a promo, who came in his promo to talk to her about being her teammate?
Persephone.
That's right. Persephone. That's right. Persephone. So, was it a pre-tape by any chance? Because they could have got away with that. If they said it was pre-tape, they could have got away with that. But I don't think they did.
I don't think they referenced like earlier tonight. We called it with Alex Windsor. I don't think it was like that.
Yeah,
it was like, oh, we're back here with Alex Windsor. Like,
right. But I'm saying like if that would have been an easy way to save it. Is what I'm saying. But I don't think they even did that.
Yeah.
But if you want to go through the segment, we can.
Sure. I mean,
Windsor and Persephone. Look, if you don't want to, that's fine because I got a Persephone hot shit to get off on anyway, so it's fine.
I mean, I like the team. You know, Windsor and Persephone.
Shit. So yeah, man. You know the internet wrestling gooners. They love them some Persephone. Love her to death.
She does not belong to them.
Shit. So, the majority of the WWE of the pro wrestling gooners, they're WWE fans, and they want her badly to go to WWE. And my thought was, if you want her to go into WWE, you don't really want that. She ends up in WWE. That infrastructure, that institution, is gonna make her want to lose a lot of weight. Shit. Like, she is built like a power lifter. She looks like she lifts a lot of heavy ass weight. They're gonna turn her into looking like a cardio bunny, and y'all ain't gonna love Persephone like y'all do right now if she don't like Persephone. The only benefit there is of Persephone being in WWE is she ends up in NXT, so that Booker T can be sequestered before they hand him any paper or any way to pronunciate her name, so that he calls her Persephone. That's the only benefit of her being in WWE at all. Any of it. Look what they just did to Seti Fakur after Fakur was doing that in CMLL. Now you want them to do it to another person that's out here reigning on top in CMLL? No thanks.
Oh, Persephone.
Bro, that Persephone's gonna hit. That shit gonna have me screaming. If she ever ends up in NXT, that's exactly what he gonna call her, and I'm gonna scream. Watch.
They changing that name in a heartbeat.
Do you remember? I don't know why, but do you remember what Booker T called Penelope Ford?
Penelope.
He's definitely calling this woman Persephone, bro. It's absolutely happening.
Absolutely, I can easily see that.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, that's incredible. All of a sudden, Samoa Joe was back, and I know what this means. We're getting a Samoa Joe Darby Allin match, like another one.
Yeah,
and
I'm fine with that.
We're immediately I was like, Samoa Joe having a squash match against a random. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yep.
So,
hey,
get ready.
Darby Allin is Samoa Joe's best AEW opponent. So they've had some bangers. So, and Joe has the career series advantage over it. Pay it back. If Darby's gonna be out here running the gauntlet, he's basically doing like the Orange Cassidy international run. He's doing
in 5
it
weeks
with the AEW title. Yeah, he's speed running this shit, and he's gonna burn out because he's a crash out. So yeah, it's appropriate. They are set up a story where it's perfectly fitting. He is going to lose the title sooner rather than later, because he is going to burn out very brightly and very fast.
Boy, a shooting star.
Shit, yeah, shit. Perfectly fitting.
So they played this video, Darby, basically another recap video with the Sammy Davis song, I Gotta Be Me. I recognize this song because my Uncle Donald sang it at my dad's funeral. And I was like, wow. I was like, and then I think I saw a lyric put out a tweet. It was like, is Darby retiring soon or something? Like, what's going on? Like, and bro, that I Gotta Be Me shit is like, bro, that shit is deep. Like, it's literally how you describe the way somebody lived their life, or whatever. And I was like, I replied to lyric. I was like, that's for sure like a I'm out this bitch kind of song, because like, you know, this is when I first heard the fucking song. And then like, I was like, I mean, he could be, you know, laying it down. You never know with this guy.
Yeah.
So,
hey, by the way, I Gotta Be Me and I Did It My Way Rat Pack, they were some eulogy merchants. them the songs you play when niggas on them niggas and laid out and if they're going into the ground. Those are some ultimate songs for that.
Yeah. So, nice video package. Then Darby was interrupted by MJF before the main event. Basically, they set up a promo. He wants him to give him the belt back. Fuck a rematch. Then he asked for the rematch. Darby said no. Fuck off. He said, "You want a rematch? You need to put something on the line because unlike MJF, everyone in the back deserves a shot." He said he'll do this every week until his body gives out. He's literally telling you the story.
Yep.
And it starts with Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa's music hits. Ciampa and MJF go face to face. And then Ciampa is basically like, nigga, I'm way more like, I'm on some murder shit, nigga. I'll kiss you, nigga.
You a fake killer. I'm a real killer for real. He kissed that. Look, let me see. Let me find the message I sent you. Let me see if I sent the message. Let's see if I can find it. Do you have it?
I'm not sure.
All right. After that happened.
Yes, Ciampa trying to get mentioned on Tunnel Talk this week.
All right. Yeah.
So I'm listening to Upper Mighty's clip on.
Oh, wrong one. Oh, found it.
This nigga Ciampa said, "I'll kiss you, pussy ass nigga, eating food."
Shit. Yeah. Look, he kissed him on the cheek. He's like, "Bro, you are not a threat. I'll kill you, nigga." Like, no, no.
Like, I'll punch you square in the chest.
Yeah, bro. He was face to face with him. He grabbed his side, he smiled and kissed him and walked off. And MJF, he made his face like he was so. You can see him shaking with rage.
Bro, he was mad and like horrified all at the same time. It was like,
yeah,
like he didn't know what to do.
He's like, like, damn, this nigga is from that era ROH. That nigga ain't scared of my bullshit. Like, this shit don't shake him. It's a different breed, right? So yeah, man, they came out there and had this match. God damn, this match was fucking awesome.
These niggas melted the arena,
bro.
Oh my god,
this match was cooking, and then they ended up where Ciampa has him on the second rope on the outside, and he puts him up in the air for an air raid crash. And my thought was,
I was like, they didn't set no table
That's
up.
exactly what I thought. I was like, they didn't set no table. What the fuck they doing? Okay, how Darby's gonna get off? And then this nigga Ciampa jumps off, and then I'm watching horror. I'm watching horror as Darby falls. Ciampa lets him go in time so Darby can take his own bump, and then Ciampa falls. He lands on his hip. And the way they sold it, I thought Darby I thought he was paralyzed, and I thought that Ciampa had did what MJF did in the World's End against Jay White. And I thought he broke his hip, and I was like, fuck, why would you idiots do this? And then,
ain't a lot of meat on these goos either, bro. Like they some little dudes.
Pause.
You know.
So after the shock of seeing them do this crazy ass spot happens, I was like, oh yeah, they're fine. But I was like, I immediately started going to Twitter. I was like, hey man, some of you silly bitches didn't want Tommaso Ciampa in this promotion. And then the match continued going, and it got even better from there. This match is one of the best matches in AEW this year, bro.
Bro, this nigga Ciampa immediately gets his head bust to begin the match and works the whole match.
Yes.
With a real one.
Blood going down into his big ass beard and all that. All that gray turned
Oh my god, it was great. It was so great. Like, and bro, they fooled me. Like, they caught me on a near fall with Ciampa.
You thought Ciampa was gonna win?
With some of them knees, I bit on the near fall. I was like,
the knee kick out, Project Ciampa, and then the second knee kick. I can see you buying that because I was like, this is a great near fall, and then the crowd came on glue when Darby kicked that 2.9. Yeah, man, this match was fucking great, just fucking great,
bro. Like, we told. I hate to say we told y'all, but like, this nigga Ciampa like did not fall off that way. Like, this guy is hungry as fuck. I welcomed him into AEW with open arms, and this nigga has done nothing but produce. Like, we seen him with Kyle Fletcher, we seen him with Mark Briscoe, we seen him with Darby here. This nigga's gonna be around. Like, and he's gonna you can put him in there with anybody. God,
he's wrestling like he wants to be factored in.
Yeah.
Like, he is wrestling like, and think of the guys he hasn't wrestled yet.
like he's fresh, and I think he's over, and I think he's like
And think of how he put over Darby in his match.
He put the nigga over the real way. Like this was the win that I would have liked Darby Allin to get last week.
Yep.
Where I would have been like jumping for joy with y'all and being like, oh my God, this is fucking incredible or whatever. They booked this match because they did not do that last week. And they immediately began trying to give him credibility that the champion did not give him or was not booked to give him.
Mm-hmm. So, like, in another example of this, right? About how hollow that title win actually was. Look what seems to be on deck for Darby in these title defenses on TV going forward.
He's beating psycho niggas and monsters.
Yes.
He's about to fight Brody King next. Then he's going to fight some more Joe, seemingly.
And then we'll go from there. But
look, hey, King of the North. He said people were begging for Gargano to get saved from Pacemaker Paul after his match. Stay over there. Look, if Gargano comes over, he's going to be even better.
Yeah, bro. I don't know these people that are doing this. Gargano's a better pro wrestler than Tommaso Ciampa. I don't care what any of you say. I was there and watched that shit for multiple years. There was never a time where any of us was watching NXT and thought, oh yeah, Tommaso Ciampa's better than Gargano. Guess what Tommaso Ciampa's best 2 or 3 matches in NXT were with? Gargano. Adam Cole, Gargano. Andrade, Gargano. Ricochet, Gargano. You niggas gotta stop this shit. You gotta stop.
Black, Gargano.
Oh yeah,
I was like Aleister Black, Gargano.
Y'all gotta stop that shit, bro. I understand, lame guy. He's a Triple H sycophant. I get that. I get it. That bell rings. When that bell rings, he's as good as most people ever have been in this pro wrestling. Or sorry, he's better than most of these pro wrestlers ever been. Especially when he's his prime. I get y'all doing this whole shit of like, hey, melodrama, blah blah blah. Not all the match was melodrama. That Ricochet match ain't melodrama. Those Andrade matches weren't melodrama. Sorry. That 2 out of 3 Falls match with Gargano and Adam Cole, that ain't no melodrama. FTR versus DIY, that wasn't melodrama.
Motivate Gargano's a monster. Yeah, man. Like I've heard different things about how he may be perceived in the company. Like there may not be like people that are very high up that are not high on Gargano. But I mean, anything could fucking happen or change or whatever. So like, if this nigga ever got free, bro, give me my fucking DIY Young Bucks match and get the fuck out the way, bro.
Thank you. I want my 6-star DIY Gargano or DIY versus Young Bucks match. I don't want to hear that shit, bro. Like I just saw FTR and the Young Bucks have a over 5 on the Meltzer scale. On the Meltzer scale, have over a 5-star match with a bad finish. They would smoke that. It ain't no doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
Hey, which one of FTR is better than Ciampa right now?
It ain't Dax.
When have any of them ever been better than Ciampa right now?
None.
Okay.
None of them.
There you go. And we're talking
about
the worst wrestler in DIY right now. The worst, in quotation marks. Y'all gotta stop this shit. Y'all gotta stop. You niggas have been brainwashed into making your personality into I hate anything WWE ever put out. Stop that.
Like,
learn the lesson from what Tommaso Ciampa just gave you.
Tommaso Ciampa has become
just last night, and y'all doing it again about
this nigga got free.
Show up.
Like, this nigga got free and was like, you know what? I'm getting new music, and I'm about to, it's fucking go time.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like, and I could see the nigga looked at the clock. He looked at the calendar. He looked at his fucking license and saw that shit said 40 years old on it. He was like, what am I going to do? Am I be a man or I'm going to go out here and just fold up like origami and continue to do whatever? And he was like, fuck that. I still got something left in me. That's how this nigga's wrestling right now.
Yeah. This man said, hey, I'm never getting a WrestleMania match. I'm going to go out here and have the best match of WrestleMania week. Shit.
Packed it up. I think with ease, personally. Yeah. Like, like I think I'm giving this like 5 stars.
Now, the reason why I might not give this 5 stars is I didn't give the Fletcher match 5 stars. Do you think this match is better than the Fletcher match? Because they're close. They're close.
It's close. It's close.
If you look, my problem. I'll say this: if you gave that Fletcher match,
it could be 4 3/4.
Yeah,
I'll take either
if
one.
Somebody gave either one of these matches 5 stars. I'm not mad at it. This match was one of the best TV matches you will ever see.
Yep. And Darby gets to go against Brody King next week. That's going to be something in itself.
You know what they do.
So
expect another Darby Allin TV classic.
It ain't the quality that I'm worried about with Darby Allin at all.
Is whether or not he gonna die.
Nah, I don't think he's gonna die. But like I thought they could have set him up better, and I think he's gonna make a lot of people very happy with this reign. So it seems like there's a focused direction to ensure that people don't look at this as bullshit, because you could easily look at this as bullshit.
The way they set these opponents, it ain't gonna be. We're gonna look back and be like, "Oh, brother, this is gonna be." We're gonna be like, "Hey, how many AEW World Title reigns are actually better than this at the rate this shit going?"
Bro, if he stacks up like 5 defenses that are like this, it's gonna be like, why the fuck will we?
Look, I don't think it's fair to expect matches this good from week after week after week. Eventually, the body breaks down. But if he just has great match after great match after great match and he loses, it'd be like, look, man, this is a title reign. I don't care if it only went 4, 5, 6 weeks. I don't care.
Mm-hmm. Can we get him on Collision too?
Shit. Nope. Get him away. Keep him away. Keep him away. We don't need
both nights.
Christian,
two title matches.
Copeland, Benjamin, Lashley, Jericho. We want no interaction with Darby Allin. None.
I mean, Jericho gave Darby a shot back in the day. None. Why can't Darby give Jericho a shot?
None. He's locked into. Remember when Hogan said that he gonna have Ric Flair get contractually boxed in? Look, he is contractually. Chris Jericho is contractually boxed in with Ricochet and them. Ain't enough time. Ain't enough time to fit in a title defense for Chris Jericho against Darby Allin. He on Saturday. Stay your ass over there.
Darby versus Dave Finlay on Collision. I think I'm all right. I'm gonna pass on that.
Oh, is Gabe Kidd hurt?
Yes, separated shoulder. That fucking stinks, by the way.
It happened at the show?
Yeah.
It happened at pay-per-view?
Yeah, it happened on the pay-per-view.
That's right. He was out early. That's
why they yanked him or whatever.
Right.
So
that fast. Okay. I just noticed that Collision was doing this 10-man tag where it's like Claudio and Garcia and Wheeler with Connors and Finlay, and I was like, where's Kidd? And I thought, I was like, oh yeah, is he hurt? Okay. Right.
So that's it for AEW, but we did run kind of long. We did have the Mike Vrabel kind of stuff on the sheet, but I don't know if we have if we can do that if that story is an evolving story. Should we wait?
I think it's evolved as far as it's gonna go. Because for those that are it's gonna be real quick. I just wanted to talk about this. I don't know
much about it. I haven't followed it very close.
Do you remember Mike Vrabel when he played?
Yes.
Okay,
he was a linebacker, would catch touchdown.
Yeah, outside linebacker, pass rusher for the Patriots. They played him at tight end and they would throw him touchdown pass in the end zone and play action. So came a head coach. And keep in mind, Mike Vrabel's a meathead, and he's one of those rarity guys in the NFL now where those guys don't get jobs anymore. We have now basically kind of made it to where offensive gurus and quarterback coaches are the people, and offensive coordinators people that head coaching jobs. And then there might be some defensive strategist mastermind that DB or linebacker or whatever else particularly gets it. But offensive linemen guys, linebackers, we don't really do that much anymore. But he's a classic meathead head coach, and he went back to Ohio State and was coaching on that staff, and then he got the head coaching job for Titans, and it worked good. And then he gets this job, and they make the AFC title game, and all of a sudden, a couple weeks ago, there's pictures of him out with Diana Rossini, who is an NFL inside reporter for ESPN, and like they're at this hotel and they're sitting side by side at the resort, and there's another picture of them at that same place, and their hands are interlocked. It's like, oh shit, what's this? Shit. So for me, I'm like, okay, whatever. You know, having an affair, I don't give a fuck. I don't care about that. But people care. So Rossini, she resigns from or whatever else because it's unethical. It's unethical. But then the story evolved this week, right? So New York Post, I think today, puts out a video. Well, before we get to that, Rossini is like, hey, these are circumstantial pictures, nothing's actually going on. And then on Vrabel's end, Vrabel's like, puts out public statements like, hey, I apologize, my bad. So it's like, all right.
Rich Rogan, this is terrible.
That's terrible. Yeah, I'm not going to get to, I'm not going to touch that. But, so, Vrabel today, because NFL draft is tonight, or just happened, ended, and Vrabel, they go on to say Mike Vrabel will not be available for any questions unless we use our first round draft pick. People are speculating like, are they going to trade out the draft? And the Patriots trade out the first round a lot, but it's like, are they going to trade out there so they avoid having to get him up to answer any questions again? And it's like, well, they did this press conference beforehand, so next time you see him, don't ask him this during the draft stuff. So there's also in this, the word is like, yeah, man, today, New York Post publishes photos of Vrabel and Rossini at some New York bar like 6-7 years ago. Shit, where they're kissing. Shit. Right? So it's like, all that cash shit that Rossini was saying about this is, no. You was in a bar in New York City, you got caught kissing a fucking NFL head coach. What do you think was going to happen, fool? So that's out there. And then we find out, oh yeah, Mike Vrabel will not be in the draft room one of these days of this 3-day NFL draft because he's going to some type of counseling. Okay. This sounds like they might need to fire him if that's the case, but it ain't my job.
Sounds like he has a problem or something, James.
It ain't for me to decide. But the real shit that made me say, hey, Rich, as opposed to me and Rich talking about this, was like, hey, we need to put this on the show because this has now reached a new level of we got to talk about this because I think even the Tunnel Talkers will love this one. So Rossini has 2 kids. She's also married.
Yes.
I found out today that her kids that are younger than 5, 6, or 7, they're like, 5, sub before Mike Vrabel affair. One of the kids' names is Michael.
And not the movie that's coming out tomorrow. That's insane. Like, his name is Michael. Just out of all the names that there's how many names, James? There's 7 million names you can pick from, right? How is Michael the one that she comes up with? It just happens to be a coincidence.
Shit.
That shit is.
Look, infidelity is some shit. What I'm just imagining finding out something like that if you're her husband. At what point have you already called a divorce lawyer, or does that make you call the divorce lawyer? because do you even?
I don't even know if you're rational enough to do that yet.
No, well, hold on. Do you even give yourself the? Do you even like give yourself the indignity of? Is it
identifying yourself? It was me.
Or do you do the? Or do you even like be like, hey man, I need a DNA test. What do you do? Because everything you think about on how to go forward with this will just make you madder and make you feel less and less of a person. Like this,
I'm shocked. Look,
this
this is where you could grab a shotgun here. Honestly, like I feel like in these scenarios, this is a movie or something. Like somebody's like dying off of this or attempting to die.
I'm not going that far into it. But like, look, people have killed themselves for less. People have killed themselves for less.
No, I'm saying they might try to kill. He might try to kill her. He might try to go after Mike Vrabel. He might just look.
I don't think you want to. I don't think you want to worry about Mike Vrabel. He still lifts.
Oh, he can't lift his bullet. Like
I don't think. Look, first off, you ain't just gonna run up on an NFL coach. You got to go through all sorts of security to even get to him. And then once you go past security, whatever you got there is gonna be the equalizer you think it is. Will be taken from you. And then I bet you ain't as bold once you got to run up on a nigga that used to pass rush in the NFL and still lifts. Good luck. Yeah, man. That's a lot. Boys in the Hood. Trey punch in the air. It's a lot of that going on in that man's mind. He don't know what to do.
Yeah.
He can't whoop nobody.
I did see this tweet. Looking at my 4-day-old son Michael while trying to figure out who are the best Michaels to ever play and coach in the NFL. This is what I saw that. I saw that. The Patriots are at deal with Aaron Hernandez. Wow. Look, man, this is rough, dog. And so many people are finding old posts from her, and then like people that like either knew about this shit or burners or
people thought this stuff was her just being like, what do you call it? Being facetious. Like she talks about her husband in these ways, like, oh, she's just playing. She obviously loves her husband. Maybe she do. But also, I know him going back finding this shit feel like shotgun shots to the chest.
Yeah, it's bad, dog.
It's
like, I haven't like I've only seen
Here's my
some
question.
of this.
How old is that kid? Do we know how old that kid is? I know he's sub 5, but is he old enough to like where like he has memories and all that kind of stuff? Because if he's not,
they probably about to start.
Look, we changing that goddamn name. Paternity test, and we changing that goddamn name. Look, I know it's Friday tomorrow. We getting that shit. We getting that paperwork put in tomorrow. Oh no, apps. Oh,
we'll give you a new name. Like we would change your name like you are a Muslim. Like we how they change Kareem Abdul-Jabbar shit quick. We'll do the same process.
Oh my god, bro, I could not fucking imagine.
We'll put an X on your shit. In the meantime, to hold that bitch, so we think of one.
Look, man, I've heard a lot of scandalous stories. This is crazy. Like this the kind of shit where people, as you mentioned, pull out a gun. You don't know where it's aimed, but this kind of shit, people pull out a gun.
It could be anywhere.
Anyone can get it, including the person that's pulling the trigger. So, yeah, man, I hope that there is a peaceful resolution to all of this. Or let me phrase it, amicable past that. But like, I hope there is a safe solution for everyone. Safe,
I just hope they all safe.
I hope everyone's safe.
Mel Tucker and Sharon Moore punching the air right now. Myron. This sounded very.
He ran up in that girl's house with a knife, I believe. So that's totally different. Shit. That's totally different. That nigga's locked up for a reason. Ain't nobody going to jail for this. This good old fashioned standard adultery.
Sleaze.
Yeah, sleaze. Just a good old fashioned.
Y'all out here doing wrong.
Someone lost a job, but you know.
Look, y'all out here living fast and doing wrong, like out here in front of the world now, and everybody gets a laugh.
Yeah, man. Like, trying to think what sleazy, like tabloids to television drama is going to recreate this. It's happening. It's happening.
Oh yeah. I mean, SNL should probably like have some shit this week about this.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even mean like a skit. I mean, like, you know how like SVU be like, you know, or like
yeah. Like the fake stories.
Yeah, they'll just adopt it to make it, you know, to make it into a episode like this. I'm telling you, bro. If we will see, but that's somebody's gonna do that. But yeah, man, that's all I wanted to say because that one was like,
yeah.
That's fucking nuts.
So next week, we're going to be talking about the Michael movie. James, are you going to see the movie this week?
Sorry, before we move on to that.
Yeah.
If you Mike Vrabel, what was your thought when you found out that she named him Michael? Like, what are you doing?
You remember, you know that meme where it's like, I pretend I do not see it?
Yes.
That's what you gotta do. You gotta be like, hold on, you did what? Like,
yeah, man. All right.
So
you talking about the Jackson movie?
Yeah. So next week we're gonna talk about the Michael Jackson movie. I invited my sister on, who is the biggest Michael Jackson fan in the world, and I don't think I'm speaking out of turn when I say that. She also is on the theme song, Red Velvet's theme song. If you guys know the new one that she has, she was on the AEW Who We Are album as well. And she's going to join us to talk about the movie. Apparently she loves it, so that's good news. I thought she was not going to, like, she's already seen it.
Okay.
So she's not for play. I think it'd be pretty interesting to get her perspective on it because I know she's going to see it multiple times. I've got tickets to go tomorrow. When you going to see it, James? Or are you going to try to find a rip?
I don't know what you're talking about, but I guess I will have to go to a theater and watch it. So it would be my first time being in a movie theater since the pandemic. So there's that. But
yeah.
I'll watch it.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll do it. I think the movie ends kind of I think in like around the bad time.
Yeah,
so,
which is like that's insane. Like you didn't want to get
that's
into
interesting.
You didn't want to get into the part where like he's like, you know, at odds with the record labels. No,
there's a lot of interesting.
You don't want to get into
things.
the other parts of after the late 80s. You don't want to talk about that part, no parts either. Oh, okay.
I don't think that's I don't think that's part of part one.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But yeah, I guess, you know, whatever.
Yeah,
you gotta end it somewhere, and I didn't think they were gonna end it like going through his, you know, death at the end, and you know the pain he was in. I didn't think they were gonna do that either. But
yeah,
I think there's a lot of Michael Jackson that was important post just bad. So it's like that part was disappointing because it's like, all right, we're gonna act like he also wasn't an important like star in the early '90s either because he was. So
yeah,
that, you know.
So if you guys haven't seen the Michael movie, make sure you watch Jackson's American Dream sometime. It's on YouTube. So it's like the best fucking movie. Like I've watched it hundreds of times. I'm ready. Like I'm gonna have a good time tomorrow seeing it. So I'm pretty sure I'll enjoy it. I know so many people didn't like the Freddie Mercury movie or whatever. I liked it. I was like, you know.
They're hard to do, and then in this era,
I guess I just didn't think about it too hard. I guess that's my thing. Like, I don't know. I saw some of the reviews come out, and then I saw some of the counter reviews kind of start emerging, and I'm seeing the people that go see the movie tend to like it, and then like the critics are like writing everything under the sun about it. And
we'll see where it's at. Like I think you know, if you're there just for the bops or whatever else and performances and all that kind of stuff and recreating, you know, these iconic things, I think that's going to be there. Because if you can't do it with Michael Jackson, then you can't do it with anybody. But I think there is something to be said of trying to find a story beyond the genius, like the humanity in that. And if they were able to capture that, that's going to make a lot of people happy as far as just, being able just to go see it and not really think about it, and just, breaking it down to, one of the biggest, most famous people that ever exist.
Like, as long as it's not like the Tupac movie.
Sorry?
Like as long as it's not like the Tupac movie. Like, that's just a series of things happening. And it was like...
The Tupac
it was very bad.
Movies, I don't even...
The Biggie movie I thought was better.
It was better, but it's
the Big movie was better.
It's also not... But it's also the same thing of like... It ain't Get On Up. It ain't Ray. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a certain... Some of these biopics...
It was like they cut them budgets. They cut them budgets.
I mean, sure, but it's also like there's a quality to them, and like these people were also interested beyond this part where they're musical geniuses. And I don't think, and if you can't capture that part, you can't fundamentally make a good one of these. And that's the problem with where we are now when it comes to content, and people being like in the States being so guarded when it comes to their the money machine that they're are trying to preserve to keep the money flowing. It's like a movie called...
Could you imagine a Prince? Could you imagine a Prince one, bro? A Prince movie will never get greenlit.
Okay, I told you about the documentary, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there was a Prince documentary by the same dude that made OJ Made in America. That 5-part 30 that's incredible, and they were like, that's the best documentary. A lot of people were like, I think it was Wesley Morrison, it was Paulo Torre. They're like, they think this might be the best thing they've ever seen, and then like it got shelved and no one will ever see it, because in it is like Prince beat woman. They showed Prince how he was like incredibly insecure. I think there were allusions to his sexuality in that, and then also like in ties to his religion, and they're never gonna see the light of day because Paisley Park is trying to become Graceland or Dollywood. So get that shit out of here. You in the way of making of the money coming in theory. And I don't think people being I quite frankly don't think Prince being discovered to be hitting a woman or being a whatever, I don't think that's actually going to affect that. But people are overly cautious of this stuff and guarded, and that's why we have less good art and media when it comes to famous subjects. It's only going to get worse. It ain't going to get better.
Yeah. Does it for you? Like, just for me, it feels like the Michael Jackson movie is coming out too late. Like,
yeah.
Like, this should have came out like 10 years ago.
Like 2019? Oh, 10 years ago? It might be too soon.
Yeah.
Might be too soon. Because it's like he died and no one knew he was that close to death. And then, like, time goes by, and then, like, all of a sudden these media conglomerates start, merging. And then I was like, all right, well, it just gets harder to make all this stuff. So then stuff gets delayed and kicked down the road to this. So yeah, I never really thought about it, but it was like, yeah, of course they're going to make a Michael Jackson movie. My thing was like, it don't bode well that, like, I heard it was out. I heard no buzz for it whatsoever. And then it's like, bro, for me, it was like, this is coming out in like 3 weeks. This is coming out in 2 weeks. And this week it was like, this is coming out soon. No one's talking about this. And I was like, oh, normally that means a bad thing, because if there is no buzz about it, that means that, like, they have put their review embargo for it, like, up to the very last minute, because that means it didn't get good reviews. If this shit was on Rotten Tomatoes like a 70 or a 60 even, they'll let that shit fly and let people talk about it, because that builds press and anticipation. People want to see it. That didn't happen. And then it was like, of course it's in the 20s, because that's what happens with any of these big time movies. Like, you have a bad Star Wars movie, that's the same pattern on how that works. You have a bad superhero movie, that's the same pattern on how all that stuff works. But just because it's bad review doesn't mean you want to enjoy it. There are plenty of bad movies I enjoy, so it don't matter.
I love trash.
Like, I don't think, like, for example, like, I don't think Get On Up, the James Brown movie is actually a very good movie at all. I think that Chadwick Boseman's performance as James Brown is incredible, and that carries it. That makes you forgive a lot of the bullshit, but I still had a blast watching it.
Yeah. Like I enjoy some quality trash movies. Like I ain't trying to think too hard, dog.
So we'll see. But I will say that I did see in the trailer that Bubbles was in that, and I want to know. I want them to explain why the fuck this nigga had a monkey.
Shit.
So yeah, that's in the show. Be sure to raise more app you're using. Listen, Rich is fucking dying. Be sure to rate some of our app you're using to listen to this with. If you are watching from the stream, be sure to go wait till the show notes are up, or wait till the show's up. You can go to show notes so you can find the link to the red circle there, and be sure to listen to other shows on the network besides One Nation Radio. You have Keepin It Strong Style, All Things Elite, AEW Match Guide, Joshi'ing Around, Wrestling Out with Chris Things, the Trish and Sarah Wrestling Podcast, Tunnel Talk, and Imp's Adventures, and am I forgetting one?
I don't think so.
If I'm forgetting one, sorry, my bad. Later, y'all.
TKO charge Make-A-Wish kids for tickets.